It looks like he was killed by a crow or something.
Greetings, hello, and welcome to Core. This is Core for Thursday, January 15th, 2026. I am Scott Johnson with Beau Schwartz and John Jagger. Good morning.
Only
evening.
Resident Evil Barry could say the word crow like it's a word we've never heard before.
Crow!
Like a crow or
Crow!
something.
Spell it for me. C-R-O-W. It's a bird.
Chill. I've never heard of it before. It's a crow.
He's the best and the worst at the same time.
Almost listen to counting crows.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We're here to talk about video games and all the surrounding issues with them. Yeah, you count crows. Sure, there's a band. There's a whole thing. That's a thing, right? Counting Crows still around? They still do stuff?
I don't know.
That I don't know.
I mean, you know, revival tours are at an all-time high. You got Axl Rose dancing around looking like he's about to have a coronary on stage and stuff. It's fine.
I know my music opinions are one of the most valuable things on the show, and it's never caused any sort of controversy, but I thought I liked Counting Crows because I like heard one song and I was like, oh, I think they're good. And I bought a CD and I hated all the songs on it, including the one I thought I knew and liked.
Damn.
Was it Mr. Jones and Me was the one you thought you liked?
Yeah, I heard it. I was like, yeah, I like this song, all right.
Mr. Jones and Me.
Yeah, it turns out after I listened to it once, I didn't want to hear it ever again, and then I didn't like any of the other songs.
I'm going to go ahead and side with John on this one because I'm not a Counting Crows guy. It never really appealed to me, and I feel the same way about not Three Doors Down. What's the one where they I forgot. There's a band now that's still kind of doing stuff, and they made a cover this year of
Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind, I think. Is that who I don't like?
Who is it I don't like?
Honey, who do I don't like? I don't remember, but whoever that is, F those guys. They suck. Okay.
There's don't like, and then there's like really don't like.
Yeah. Like
there's a semi-charmed kind of life. Do. Yeah.
You love that one? Big fan?
No.
No.
I mean, music's music. It's fine, but not.
It's just not your ball of cheese. I get it. Well, Beau's
friendly poppy rock deal.
Sorry, your camera went weird. Your mic went weird for a minute, but now it's back. You're good.
Yeah, it was like Beau got pulled underwater.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have touched it.
Yeah, it's a very touchy little microphone.
I touched it, everybody.
I'm usually thinking about that when it's. No, never mind. I'm not going to talk about my hemorrhoid again.
You're usually thinking about it when you touch it. Me too.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of people were like, "Man, you guys sure really went to town on Beau's hemorrhoid last week." We won't be doing that again this week in terms of just the extent of it and all that.
It was just quite shocking. It was a big event in my life, but there's way worse things going on in the world. So,
yeah. Have you named it, by the way, since you named the hemorrhoid?
No, it's because if I ever meet some, even if it's a name not in use by my friend group, but somehow I meet somebody, but then I refer to my, Harold.
You should name it Mary.
Mary the hemorrhoid?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you got to give it something annoying, like something. Mary's like a nice person's name. Like you don't give a hemorrhoid that name.
No, you don't want to. You don't give it a name like that. But Mary,
there's got to be either some spitefulness or some like Henry, for example.
Henry the hemorrhoid.
But I might know someone named Henry, and then it's going to be, I just feel like a dick for.
Then it's
easily avoidable.
Yeah, I get it. But don't worry, guys. Today, that's the last you'll hear of it.
Talk about
it. Yep, that right
anymore.
There. That was it. That was hemorrhoid talk.
Well, I mean, it's getting better. So there are people who are concerned,
mentioned.
and it's just it bled for a week and it stopped. So
yeah, but from here forward, this will be where, like John just said, we'll not.
I mean, I got another one cooking, so unless it goes away, I might be talking about it again in the future. So please subscribe and hit us up on. I'll make us.
Let's do a separate. Let's do a separate Patreon for your second. For your second hemorrhoid, it'll get its own Patreon.
Sure. It'll just be photos of its progress. It's
perfect. Great. Get those on Reddit if you need them. Anyway, hey, a couple of quick things. Some of you are wondering, probably. I haven't had a ton of questions about this, although there have been a couple. But rather than spam everybody in your email, I wanted to give an update on the 500 plus episode mug commemoration mugs that we have coming to people. I got word yesterday and a tracking number. The manufacturer is about a week late, but they got them done. They're on their way to me right now. As soon as they arrive here, we will turn them around as fast as possible and ship them out to everybody.
I wish I could be there to help you assemble. That sucks.
Nah, that's all right. My kids are helping. Now, Carter's going to help me do it. Taylor is going to do most of the heavy lifting. And then it'll all work out. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like that's...
Yeah, it's all good. We had planned that the whole time.
Not fair. Like that would be something if I'm in the neighborhood. It's like, well, I'll help you assemble the packages. We're in this together.
Yeah. But it's all part. We do this for other stuff on the store, so it's not that big a deal.
I know. But
I appreciate that.
John and I want to help. It sucks being so far away and being like, I guess I'll just, enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. Like, enjoy some of my fruit. Grab my fruit. Yank on it. It'll all go well once we finally get them. So I'm actually going to get them now. They're on their way out the door. So there's your big update for those wondering why. Because we were supposed to get them last week, though they got delayed on the manufacturing side. All things are good, just time. And now they're good. They're on their way, and we'll fulfill those just as soon as they get here. Also, a reminder to come to Nerdtacular. Go get your tickets. Frogpants.com.
Congrats, everyone, for making that. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Oh, just congrats for making it happen. It was like, wasn't it a Kickstarter thing? Like if we didn't order enough, we wouldn't do the run.
Oh, the mugs? Yeah. They ended up we had to pre-order and hit a certain number, and we did it pretty quick. And I didn't go much past that because we got enough to cover any possible chance of someone breaking them or, find out somebody got shipped the wrong one or whatever. So I'm okay that way, but we didn't order like tons of them to have in stock or anything. Now, if demand is that high, we'll do another run, but we'll see how it goes. Get your Nerdtacular tickets, though. This is where I was headed. Head over there to frogpants.com. Grab them today. These are early bird prices. Those tickets will go up in March, and I'd like people to get the lowest possible price as humanly possible. So if you haven't done it already...
Can you remind people about the location again?
Yes, it's here in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the this City Creek area, they call it. It's basically just sort of the center of downtown. Beautiful place, clean, nice, not a ton of traffic. And we are partnering with Marriott and using a great big space for that. Lots of cool details coming about schedule, what we're going to do there. I got word yesterday about a possible guest commitment that has got my brain just like dying to tell everybody, but I can't because we have to confirm it first. If it happens, though, you guys are going to lose your minds. I don't even know when I'll tell you, but at some point, just know it's a big deal. Plus, all other big deals are happening.
I haven't had a good Johnson pull in a while. That's pretty sick.
That was a good one, right? It was pretty.
That's good.
I feel I feel you stoking my stokedness.
I grabbed your Johnson and yanked it, and here we are.
My stoke meter has been stoked.
Your stoke meter has been stoked. Good. That's fantastic.
You get stoked about something, right? So that's
yeah. It's like the old song, "Stoke me, I think is how it went. Not stroke me, right? That wasn't the real song.
Stroke me.
Yeah.
Say that.
Stoke me.
You know what? Beau and I were thinking of the same song.
Oh.
But it was not the song that you were thinking of.
I can't even think who did the one I'm thinking of. It's old.
I don't even know who did the one I'm thinking of. Just have the melody in there.
All right. Well, we could, different Stokes. Stoke of Luck. We're
Beef
all
Stoke.
Beef Stoke. Wait,
Stroke
what?
of life.
Why is it Beef Stoke? Would that be Beef Stick?
Beef
I was thinking of beef
stroking
steak.
off.
I don't know. I'm trying here.
Well, if you're enjoying this, you might really enjoy how it goes on stage in June.
I blame the hemorrhoid. And also,
up.
sorry, John. I think John might have had the smartest thing to say out of all of us, but he was kind of drowned out.
I did? With what?
What were you going to say?
I don't know. I didn't hear it. I just wanted to give you space to say.
What was
We're all
thing you were
talking
gonna
at the
say?
same time.
The last thing I said out loud was beef stoken off. And that does not need repeating. It doesn't need a spotlight on it.
I disagree. I'm in full disagreement.
Sorry, you were happy not to. Okay.
I was like, well, at least that one sailed by and nobody noticed it.
Look at that
But
insane
now we've
thing.
put on a spotlight. Now everybody's thinking beef stoking off.
Beef
Great.
stoking off. Look at this insane thing. I put up a timer just to give myself anxiety. We have 146
shit.
days to
Great.
this thing. Yeah,
That's gonna give me anxiety too.
I know. It's a freaky thing to see, and I don't like how small the number looks. But anyway, it's going to be exciting. Go get your tickets, get your stuff, and we'll see a bunch of you in June. Let's get to the news of the week. We have a handful, and here it is. Where is Highguard? John, I'll ask you because you're in the know and you've talked to these people. You work directly with the developers. Where is
Given this
Highguard?
game the most publicity out of
Well, no, because it's weird.
You get a paycheck for this.
I think Beau asked this last week, and it was the first person I've heard ask this question, and now everybody is writing articles and doing videos about this question. And turns out it's a real good question. Where is Highguard?
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be
Forgot
here?
about it until they listened to Core because they're all like tuning in, to catch the buzz. We
Well,
love it.
honestly,
Thank you.
that was my understanding is that we would be maybe even playing it by now, or was
There
it?
is no, it's been the 26th has been the release date from the get-go.
All right.
But I want you to keep in mind that's not even 2 weeks away, right?
Yeah.
We can't what kind of game is this?
I don't know. I think it's like a MOBA meets team shooter meets
ride
fantasy
horse,
and
shoot
guns.
enemy team.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's weird that we don't know what kind of game this is?
I think it's very weird.
Oh, hang on. Oh wait. So I'm going to the company that's making it is Wildlight Entertainment.
Yeah.
Maybe it's important to learn a bit about them. Maybe.
Well-
maybe it's only two people, and we're kind of like, they said it was from people that made Apex, but it's a separate company, right? So
Well, they just started, and so it's a new company. The guys who did Titanfall and Apex Legends, that's what it says on their YouTube pages. That's who the makers of it are. We can
check
only
this
assume.
page out. Look, check this page out. All right, this has the details.
All right,
Put in
let's see what you
Discord,
got.
all
Put it
right?
in the
This is
Discord.
Wildlight Entertainment. The CEO's name is Dusty Welch, which
Yeah.
is an awesome name.
I like it.
And the studio game director is Chad Grenier. And these guys are both Call of Duty, Guitar Hero, Titanfall. Wow, Titanfall 1 and 2. Like,
It's a big deal.
not nobodies. This is a CV. Everyone here has like pretty big titles under their belt.
Mm-hmm.
They all seem like nice people, probably smart and talented developers.
There's a lot of people there, though. This is not a small team. This is big. Look at all this.
Yeah, it's not a small team. It's big. So all the more reason to be like, I hope we pay these people their salary and then keep their jobs. So like maybe a bit of marketing.
Yeah. Maybe they thought that would be enough. Maybe they went, oh, yeah, we got the cred from these two games we keep bringing up,
Look,
Apex and Titanfall.
Maybe there's one out here on launch day. They've got signed sponsorship contracts with big streamers. What Apex did really right was like every top streamer for the first week was playing it because they were paid to.
Yeah.
And they genuinely liked it and kept playing after, and it had a really long, successful launch. So all that's left in terms of options for these guys is they launch and they have big streamers play it, and it turns out to be a hit because it might. It might.
It might be.
It's basically radio silence otherwise, and if you're a smaller team, you're going to spend money to put ads on some slop website or something. Like everyone ignores.
But I think the thing is like you should put out something. Like it doesn't have to be a full-on ad, but maybe tell people why they should play your game.
Or, yeah, the trick is how do you get...
what your game is, seen as all they've released is one trailer.
Well, okay. If it's to be believed that it costs $1 million to run a spot on the Game Awards, then they paid $1 million to get what they
At
thought was
least.
primo space.
Yeah.
So here's okay. I'm looking because I went to the bad site. They have a link to x.com to check their social media.
Yeah, I'm on there now.
They've never posted.
Well,
Yeah, that's
Playguard hasn't
that's the
posted.
point. They haven't said anything. They have done nothing. They
There's
showed
only
that
one
trailer, and
video.
nobody has said anything since.
oh,
There's only
weird.
one video on their YouTube page. This is almost like a murder mystery at this point. Like, how do you launch this high-profile game with this level of talent, have 0 posts on your social media accounts, and only your trailer video? Like unless something big is happening post launch, which they might be trying something new. So I want to discount it. I think that it could be successful, but out from that, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on.
They have two videos up on. Well, they have one video up on their YouTube channel, and it's the trailer.
Yeah.
They have a collab video thing that just somebody played their game, and it's up there, and that's it. And I don't know. Maybe it's enough for you to go, hey, remember Apex and Titanfall 2? Lots of cred there. We made that. Now we're busy making our game. Leave us alone. You're going to love it when it comes out. Maybe that's the level of confidence they have. And you know what? Maybe that'll work. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know. Like, again, maybe there is a world where this works and we all in, a couple months are like, man, it's crazy how that worked. But this game is not being well received. You would think that even if you were like, well, let the game speak for itself, you would be doing some level of damage control right here. You spent a lot of money to be on the Game Awards, presumably. Mm-hmm. The only indication that I see that this is an intentional decision is that on their tweet, one of two or whatever it is, they do say, we have so much in store for you when the game launches on January 26th, and we can't wait to welcome everyone to the world of Highguard. You could read into that as, hey, we are going radio silent until then, but I still think that that's reading into it in a world where they haven't said anything.
I kind of wish they just straight up say that.
This might be a reaction to how Concord went down.
Maybe.
Like if you're making this kind of game, and probably there's some years lead time, and you see Concord it's like in World War II where you're like, all right, let's leave this cottage, and then the first guy goes out and gets blasted by 500 machine guns. That's what Concord is to this game, right? It's just like, oh, we better not go outside the cottage. Yeah. Find a different way out. So maybe that's what we're seeing here is they're trying to give as minimal ammo as possible for people to dunk on it because they're already dunking anyways.
That kind of assumes an all things are equal thing, though. Sony was the money behind Concord, and in theory, it's a Sony problem that didn't get marketed the way it should have.
I think arguably they are both probably talented people who made like a competent piece of software. Like, whether you liked it or thought it was crappy or boring or whatever is like one thing, but I don't think we're not talking about like whatever that Guerrilla game was or something, or like Mind's Eye. Like we're not talking like I think we're talking like serious effort, even if it's poorly received, whether it's culturally or just it's the 100th type of the same game you're seeing again. I feel like the people behind both of these games are like not, the CVs would not dictate that they're like slouches or, just trying to cash in, at least maybe corporate is, but like the developers, I mean, they're trying to make something successful and interesting. It seemed to me, even with Concord, there's a lot of effort put into those trailers. They had more than one. Even they tried to do the Overwatch thing, and it just did not work.
Yeah.
And
I feel like these guys may have a really good game here, and they may be betting on less is more when it comes to pre-release hype.
Yeah.
But
we might be seeing a new strategy here, but like it is hilarious. Like it feels like.
Well, it's just as the antithesis of what we're used to. Like even the stupidest mobile game gets like in my face 50 times a day, which does annoy me. But that's where that money gets put, and maybe they want to break that chain. I don't know. There's a lot of video games to play, and there are a lot of eyeballs ready to play them. And if you're trying to pull just even a percentage of people off our creators for 5 minutes to play this thing, I think you just have to do more than this. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's again, maybe they are doing something different, but to me, like spending the money to be the big trailer at the Game Awards isn't different. Like,
no, you're right.
That's in the playbook.
We wouldn't have heard, but if they didn't spend that money, we wouldn't have heard of it. We wouldn't even
But you can say well, maybe it's a shadow drop, right? Because it's coming out so soon after announcement. But it's been long enough for everybody to go, what the hell's going on with this game?
Yeah,
so because it wasn't a shadow drop. It's not like, hey, it's here, go play it. It's hey, it's gonna be here in about a month.
Out this weekend is the better way to do this. Like if they'd have gotten up and Keeley would have gone, and you can play it on Friday or whatever, I think they would have benefited from that kind of noise or that lack of noise.
it's weird because it feels like it's taking pages out of so many different playbooks, and then they're just being dead quiet about it. And I mean, it's a free-to-play game, so it's not like they're living and dying on pre-orders or anything like that. But, you know, it is going to rely some degree on word of mouth because, you know, as this website, because I did link an article that was talking about it from Forbes, and like, as they point out, the account for this game has 6,000 Twitter followers. Like, that's it. It is not getting a lot of attention. It isn't doing great on its ratio for YouTube. Like, its metrics aren't good. And maybe this is a reaction to that. Maybe this is people don't seem to like us. Let's wait until we can put something out. But if ever there was I always kind of laugh because Blizzard does the like 2 trailer thing, right? With like World of Warcraft, and it's like trailer 1, cinematic that has like nothing like the game whatsoever, but we need to see a cinematic. And then trailer 2, you've seen 100 of these. It's World of Warcraft, but this is where we explain what this expansion is going to be. And I always kind of appreciate the 2 trailers are there, but I'm always like, it's a little unnecessary, right? This one, if there's ever been a game that I feel like needs trailer 2, it's this. Because I've seen, chat's been saying it's like they have a Steam page, like they say that it's a PvP raid shooter. The hell does that mean?
I don't even know what a raid shooter is. What does that mean?
I don't think anybody does. Like, this game needs some explanation to see if people are going to be hyped and care. And apparently they're just going to wait until the game comes out to be like, here's why you should or shouldn't care. Maybe it's a game that just speaks for itself. And if that's the case, maybe it'll do good. But
who knows?
It is really odd.
Yeah.
Here's the Google trend of it too. Like,
oh yeah, let's see what that is. Those are always fun to see.
You can tell when that marketing hit. It hit 100.
the entirety of the marketing.
Yeah, and then over here to where people were like, "Whatever happened to?" That's the other little peek is people going, "What happened to this?"
Oh, weird. Hold on.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Here, chat. Here's what Beau pulled up. There's your stuff, and so there's a spike obviously at the Game Awards. But boy, does that show a lack of follow up. I don't know if this is your only metric you should ever look at is Google Trends. Obviously, depending on the situation.
We're just showing like who's paying attention, right? So again, I know people like it's a fact of life that if something gets up on a big enough channel, it will capture eyeballs and capture interest, even interest enough to check it out, and then they have to follow through and make a good game. But like. So that's why I'm saying, like, the only way out of this is like if big streamers are sponsored to play it on launch day, and then those big streamers are like, actually, I really like this, which is like the Apex formula, which is why I say these guys are Apex guys. They might be doing just that. What worked for Apex might work for Highguard, assuming it's a game people will like. If people get sponsored to play it and people hate it, then goodbye, it's over. But that's like any game. And even though they don't launch a box copy, their conversion to sales increases with the more people playing. So even that one first month, the people just play it for a month really hard, at least for the like companies, maybe success or break evenness of it. Like, I'm not necessarily rooting for them, but like you just from a business analysis sort of standpoint, like, maybe all they need is one good month and they can call it good or something and move on to the next project or something. I don't know.
Raid shooter
probably need more than a month, because the other thing that comes up with these online games is they have to spin up lots of servers that they don't need for a long term, and that's costly. So
sure. This is what they say. I looked up a definition of raid shooter. It's kind of Destiny 2's model. So basically, high-level cooperative endgame activity. You and a group of friends, usually 6 players, enter a massive self-contained area, solve complex puzzles, and fight boss monsters with unique mechanics. So it's heavy on teamwork, specific roles, DPS support, so on, like you'd think of as an MMO. The vibe's basically like World of Warcraft, but more action, guns, swords, whatever. So that's what they mean when they say raid shooter. I don't know.
Is it though? Because this is PvP, and what you just described is PvE.
Well, is it? Is this entirely
raid shooter
PvP?
looks like fancy marketing to trick you into something into using new words for a thing that's like it's like fresh marketing.
I mean, it's their term.
It's
on
like
there,
it's a hero brawler, right?
The impression I get is that, like, looking at the trailer and trying to figure this out, because they've got these big bubble domes that seem under assault, is it seems like you are trying to lead a team to break through the shield and take over the base of your opponent. Yeah. And maybe there's NPCs, and that's where maybe some of the maybe it's a MOBA comes from.
Yeah.
And maybe their objectives. It's Alterac Valley. It looks like Alterac Valley.
You know what though? We're familiar with this strategy with Blizzard calling Heroes of the Storm a hero brawler forever, even though we're like it's a MOBA. Like for whatever reason, their marketing is like, don't call it by the same things as our competitors, so we can have a distinct place in the market. Meanwhile, gamers are just like onto that shit. Like you just look like a liar. Like people hate it. So raid shooter is nonsense language that nobody uses, that they invented, that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
that is not real.
I heard somebody say that this dude, the character in this that we keep seeing, this guy with the short cropped hair with the broccoli hair, is like a twin brother to this lady, the Apex lady. Because look, they got the same damn hair.
Isn't her name Bangalore, hair. I think, or
I think
something
it's
like
Bangalore, yeah. And then you got, I don't remember all their names.
Fred and Filma.
I have some fondness for, I liked my Apex.
Dr. Poison.
Apex is good. Like the gunplay. That's the thing is, I feel like the gunplay looks like
Johnny
it's going to be kind of snappy in this game.
Wait, like, John, which one's Johnny Cage? Just curious.
Know what John's doing. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Which one is Johnny Cage?
The guy with the goggles and the hair over
this guy down here
below Bangalore. Yeah, him. That's okay. Johnny Cage.
So we got Johnny Cage. We got
emo girl.
Who we got here? Pixie girl, computer expert.
Yeah, I don't have a funny name for her. We got
Junkrat.
Perpetually online man.
Yeah.
Captain Poison over his shoulder.
That's E Honda in the back.
Yeah, E Honda back here going 100 hand slapping everybody, and then Robot Man over here with the
Robot.
Yeah, was that a
Bastion
hand?
Bastion 2.0.
Oh, that's right, Bastion 2.0.
And Bangalore, the one character we know the name of.
Got it. Nailed it.
I like how we know the name of Bangalore. It seems like it would be the hardest one to remember.
I think
who's called Bangalore?
I think I did this once. Hold on, Apex. I think. Oh my gosh!
Played the game? Yeah, we did.
I did this thing where I went and named them all. Oh my gosh! I forgot I did this. All right, can I just share this real quick?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is great. Yes,
old. This happened right when the game was new, and I'll just share this. I don't know if I ever showed it to YouTube, but I think I was just dorking off, and here it is. I knew it rang a bell. Okay, they were called Bigelow, Junk Face, Stinky, Garbanzo, Fun Buns, Pud, Chappie, and Hot Topic. So there you go.
Those are great names.
It's not bad. I had some fun with that. I forgot I did that until you mentioned it.
Pud.
That's
accurate.
He was a Pud. I hated that guy. But anyway, the point is, Highguard. We don't know. Till it hits.
It's fun to speculate, and it's imminent, so we'll be done speculating in T minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. I don't know why I had to count them all manually.
I don't know why you did either, but I like you went there.
So we'll be talking about it next week too. Get ready, core listeners. Highguard specials coming next week.
Yeah, don't worry. Our big launch special for Highguard all coming together. Pretty excited about it. Yep.
I mean, if they have some extra budget, we'll hype up the game. Like, let us in, let us play it.
I'd love to play it early. That'd be great.
I do. I mean,
we're all talking about it for free now, so maybe it's working.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we can be transparent about being sponsored, I'll take a Highguard sponsorship.
Well,
let's play it. And hype
there's
it up.
also no way. Well, I don't know what other shows or other content providers are talking about Highguard, but there's probably more than zero. Maybe this is working. Maybe this is what they wanted, is more of a, why is everyone's questioning their methods of marketing, but and the result is we're marketing for them.
Yeah, we're all doing it.
Well, I think we might be the only one who's doing it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, we started it. I guess John said other places were writing articles, and I did see one or two. So
Yeah, it's probably.
I've seen multiple articles and multiple YouTube videos. We are not the only ones talking about it.
all right,
It's good to
Well,
know.
you never know. Maybe there's some. Like I said, maybe Shroud will be up there playing it, and the next thing you know, it'll be the hottest thing forever.
Yeah.
But that's the only way. Otherwise, this is looking like bad news.
You ever wish Shroud was the Shroud from Dispatch? That Shroud, that'd be cool.
No,
No,
Nobody should be that Shroud.
I like that Shroud.
I like that Shroud's mask.
Was a dick.
Oh, he's a huge dick.
I like him. Like, I almost did favorite villains of the year for my game of the year, and it was mostly the only reason it didn't make the list is I realized I was basically putting the list together to put Renoir and Shroud on a list.
Two guys.
And I was like, I don't need to do that. These games are getting their recognition enough, but
yeah.
I liked the performance of Shroud so much, and same with Renoir. Like that.
Oh,
I wanted to do a whole list just for two characters.
What'd you discover?
it's,
Beau?
no. It reminded me of something that I meant to pop into the news, and maybe we can just discuss it really quickly. Not that it'll take long, but there was a Metacritic best games of 2026, and it made me question my list because you know what ended up being their number one, which I thought was awesome, was Hades 2. And I felt like, you know what?
Well, I mean,
That
Hades
might have
2.
been the right answer.
Hades 2 is an amazing game. Absolutely.
I and it was based on it's based on scores, I think.
Yeah, there's all their list is all scores. It's not an
Here,
opinion
I'll get
thing.
you the list here, and if you just jump to the bottom, sorry, I'll put the link in here.
Yeah.
But I thought it was an interesting list. Blueprints is also number 2, and that, like, I didn't play it much, didn't love it, maybe not my personal list, but I just felt like the list made a lot of sense, actually.
Sometimes the
And Rebirth
aggregate,
was even 6, like, and I was like,
sometimes
it almost felt
aggregate
like
scores are correct because they have enough. There's enough data there to support kind of where stuff lands. Not
It's
always.
just
but
most
sometimes.
lists I'm just always picking at, and like this list for the most part, even Dispatch was down at 19, but I was like, I still couldn't like. I didn't feel like arguing with the ordering. Somehow the ordering here actually just makes a lot of sense.
Let's see, Blueprints third, Expedition 33, Hollow Knight, Split Fiction after that, Damn Straight, Final Fantasy Rebirth, and let's see.
And they put Rebirth on the list because it's a game that came out in 2025.
That's right. They must
And even
have known.
Trails in the Sky first chapter is number 8, John. You're playing the 8th best game.
Eighth best
according
game
to
of
Metacritic.
2025, John. Woo!
Suddenly, I don't think it was that good of a year for gaming.
Oh shit! I can't wait to talk more about where you're at with that.
Despelades on the list too. Makes me curious to maybe try it.
Yeah, I want to figure out what the hell that game is because
And look, the Seance of Blake Manor 11th on the list, John. You're playing like the best games still.
this remake of the Talos Principle.
I am a very, I'm a very, what's the word? Astute.
Astute.
No, I don't know.
You're
Yeah,
connected.
I don't
You're
know.
locked in. You're wired in to
Yeah,
the
I'm on the
people.
pulse.
Yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
pulse. Kingdom Come Deliverance at number 12, and that's great because Henry needs his love, and then it goes down from there.
Also, otherwise, but Dragon Quest, and that's another one I was I'm like, oh, Dragon Quest is not one we barely talk about on the show. I was
What
like,
1 and 2 HD remake?
yeah, did either of you play the HD 2D remake?
I want to real bad.
So here's the most John answer is I got the Dragon Quest 3 HD remake, and then I was like, oh, but they're putting out 1 and 2 soon. I'll wait to get 1 and 2 so I can play them in order. And then I haven't gotten 1 and 2 yet. So I have 3 and I haven't played it because I'm waiting for 1 and 2, which I haven't bought yet.
Oh,
Okay.
And they're not connected in any way. They're not continuations. This is like Final Fantasy. This is like me going, I can't play Final Fantasy 3. I haven't played Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2.
I read
Right.
that the developer wants people to play 3 first.
Oh, people are saying 3 is the chronological first. So
Yeah.
they do connect. There is a
Yes,
connection
there's
to
a
it. They're
connection,
not-
and the developer was saying, because I was eyeing them this week, I'll explain why later. But I read the developers even like, you should play 3 first. We made it intentionally, but we didn't want to
Oh.
rename them because they are remakes. But it's like 3 was a prequel, but they called it 3. So, and they released 3 first. So 3 was a couple years ago. Then 1 and 2 just came out.
So I was supposed to. Okay, well, now
Yeah.
I've screwed it all up.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Now I gotta.
Now you gotta spend-
Hey,
Um,
I got a game to play now. This
now
is
you got to
great.
pay
But
$120.
they've reviewed very well, and so I'm like, even I'm like, I'm starting to get interested in checking it out.
Yeah. You got to pay 200 or 120 or $30.
Yeah, it might be a wait for a sale, but like, you know.
You know what's
Well,
real
there's
good?
reasons why I might play it early, but I'll explain.
Let me tell you what, 11 is real good. If you ever played 11.
Yeah, but have you ever heard of Dragon Quest 8?
Was 8 good?
Actually, is 8 the one I'm talking about? I got 8. But have you?
What's
played
good about
Dragon
8?
Quest
Tell me about 8. Why is 8 good?
The princess is a horse.
Oh my lord.
Okay, so like,
Okay.
I don't know,
there's
man.
a character to begin with.
Okay.
Right there, you gotta. Hey, how do you feel about the idea of a princess being a horse? She got turned into a horse.
It depends on how long she's the horse.
Okay, there's a character named Angelo who looks a little bit like Dante from Devil May Cry and a little bit like Trunks from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
That do anything for you?
No.
Let me tell you about the magic that is playing this game when you're the right age and they put in a character named Jessica.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. My first childhood crush name was just Jessica. That was her name.
Well, there's a Jessica in this game. She's real good. At least she was when I was in my adolescence. Also, I don't think this was in the Japanese version of the game, but apparently for Americans, because we were really into Dragon Ball Z at the time, the main character goes Super Saiyan.
Oh, shut up. Really?
Yeah, he does.
I kind of hate that.
He can go, no, it's good. Scott, look it.
I hate it.
When someone
Can't
gets
hate
angry
everything,
and their hair gets spiky, that's a good thing.
Here's the
okay?
face I make. That's the face I make at that.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is
you
it
know
bad?
what? I don't mind it. That's fine. I just don't have the connection to Dragon Ball that everyone else has. It
Yeah,
just
but
missed
don't-
me by like 8
Scott,
years.
imagine if you got mad and you started to glow and your hair stood up. Wouldn't that be cool?
I would actually agree with you. It would be cool. Yeah.
Like, there's a physical transformation whenever you get angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Hulk. Is the Hulk cool?
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
There you go.
I like the Hulk. He's just Hulk, isn't he? He's not the Hulk. I don't know.
He's
whatever
the
it is.
Incredible Hulk.
Oh, that's
He's
true.
incredible.
He has a the in there. Yeah, this seems neat, and I kind of want to play it. 8 was a PS2 game, wasn't it? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else is funny? So you know how the princess is a horse,
Yeah.
as I've established twice.
Yeah.
now
The most
about this
exciting
game?
piece of this. Yeah.
So you would think that, we got to take care of her. She's the princess. They still make her pull the cart.
Oh my! What for the whole?
Yeah, well, because they travel on a horse-drawn carriage,
Oh
right?
my gosh! Really?
They hook it up to the princess. They make her pull it.
That's wild to me. That you made the princess. Well, she's a horse. So let me think about this. If I was a horse and the princess and knew how important my quest was, and these heroes are.
I'm
with me-
not saying she shouldn't be willing. I'm just saying I think it's funny that we live in a society where the princess, you got kings, queens, princesses, royalty. We got to get her back on the throne. This is important business. And we're like, well, we got a horse. Hook her up to the cart place.
She's the queen, and she's a horse.
Feed her some oats.
Yep, she can do decrees and pull us to the next rest stop. Yeah, that's a true leader right there, is what I think about that. All right, well, there you have it. Let's move on to this story about Kratos. We now know who the God of War Kratos is going to be played by, and it turns out you already know him. He played Loki or Thor, sorry, in the video game series, the most recent one or two. Same actor.
That's what you're going with.
Same guy. This dude right here, was it Loki? Whoever he played. He's your guy. He's your new man.
I would have just been like, hey, remember Sons of Anarchy?
Wait, it's not that guy, is it?
Yes.
No. Hold on.
Yes.
Let me
Is he
check.
not
I've
the main
watched
guy in
them.
Sons of Anarchy, not him.
Not the main guy. He was the guy who played Opie in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's Opie?
That's Opie.
Oh, shit.
Looking
Yeah.
older. He could
That's
do it.
why I just thought it was wild that your first call was like, remember when he voiced a character in a video
Well,
game?
in the video game that he's about to take the Kratos role from, he was literally in God of War
Okay.
Ragnarok and the other one. That was him. That's Loki, right? Or no, Thor? Who is he? Hold on.
He was Thor, I think. I read. The voice of Thor is in the God
Yeah.
of War Ragnarok.
So this guy here, this is the Thor. from those games. Yeah, the voice of this guy from the Kratos games will be Kratos, is what I'm getting at.
It's wild.
It's exciting stuff that he's in there. That's who we're getting. So I think look at that. Can he buff up like this? Can he get all huge? I don't know.
I mean, he in Sons of Anarchy, he was a pretty big guy.
Yeah, it was like 15 years ago, but I don't know.
It was a while. But
Well,
this is
even if
also
he's not
old.
buff-
This is old Dad Kratos.
That's
right?
true.
Are
That's
we pretty
true.
sure it's going to be Dad Kratos?
Yeah, if they can do, if Hugh Jackman can look as good as he did with probably some touch up, but look as good as he did in the
They'll
Deadpool.
probably give him CG muscles, but Kratos is roided out, so I don't know.
Yeah, he needs
Kratos
to be
look roided out.
he needs to be massive for me to have it work. And I don't know who else.
I'm thinking like a Dave Bautista body type. I don't think Ryan Hurt, but it'll be fun. It's an entertaining show. Who cares? But I just know his video game. He's got comic book itis. That game has comic book itis where everyone's roided out. You know what I mean? Your human standards, you will not find talented actors, many a high population of them that are also roided out. I don't know.
He's Chad says he's 7.5 feet tall. This guy, is that true? Holy shit!
Is he that tall?
Okay, maybe he's fine. I don't know.
He's a very large man.
Yeah, it sounds like he's huge.
That's a part of it, because the thing is Kratos is inhumanly buff, but in that world, it's not like he's the most muscular guy in the entire world.
Yeah.
Chad's correcting, saying he's 6'6".
Oh,
That's very
who
different
said 7?
than
Jeez
7'5".
Louise.
Yeah, 7'5" is health issue. Right? No, I'm just saying that's not
right.
easy to be 7'5".
You're right. Yeah, that's a problem usually.
But part of Kratos is a lot of Kratos' aura, right? Because you play that first God of War, the not the very first one, but the
Ragnarok, or no, the
one before
it.
Ragnarok,
Just straight up God of War.
Re-release of God of War.
Yeah.
And you get to that scene where Baldur's poking him with his finger and slapping him and stuff.
Yeah.
And as an audience, we all go, oh, but it's because we know the history of Kratos. We know that this is a guy who friggin' climbed up Olympus with Titans to stick a sword through Zeus. You don't slap that man.
Oh.
So this is going to be a new start. We're going to know nothing. I mean, we will, but general audience are going to know nothing about this character. So he's got to have that aura of you don't mess with this guy.
Yeah.
This guy has seen and done some terrible things.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be exceptionally violent? Because I didn't play much of the game, but the little bit I did play, it was constantly smashing things.
I guarantee it
should
will
be
be
violent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
It just
it's
started
not-
off in a cottage, and I'm smashing some guy's head into a rock 5,000 times, and I'm like,
Yeah, if they don't do that, they're wasting their time with this. Don't make this some PG-13
but it's a TV
thing.
show, so obviously it can't be John Wick style the whole way. It's
It
probably
can
gonna
be if it wants to be. This is Prime. They don't care.
Yeah.
Prime don't care.
I know. I don't think they have enough money to do that.
Yeah.
They won't spend that much money on it. You know what I mean? Because it's probably expensive to do all that stuff. They're going to have parts where it's going to be I'm God of War and I'm sad.
Yeah.
I don't know the story, so I don't know if the new game has emotional stuff.
I mean, they've got enough money they got more money than God over at Amazon. I think they could do whatever they want, but
I'm just saying, I saw the Yakuza TV show, and you would have thought that'd be very violent, and it was not that good. So,
Well,
Yeah, but
Fallout is doing fine on the violence. So
Okay.
I'm not that one is immediately like the other.
I mean,
but
it's down to
Fallout
the
is
talent
very
behind
violent,
it.
So
I think whoever was behind writing and creating the Yakuza show, kind of.
it was an import,
Well,
wasn't it? It wasn't actually produced by Amazon, I don't think. I think they imported it. But they have shown
It was at least in the US, it was a Prime offering. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was on Prime, but I don't know that
No, not on Prime. It was a Prime. It's a Prime deal, I think.
Amazon does not shy away from blood and gore. They do The Boys, they do Fallout, they do Invincible, they do all that stuff.
Okay.
I think it'll be. I don't think they have we can't do that.
No.
I think they'll lean into it, assuming the people creating the show also do.
Yeah. Okay, I found out who made that thing. It was executive produced by It was several
MGM, Wild Sheep, and 1212.
Yeah, it was several Japanese and American companies combined. Eric Barmack, formerly of Netflix, he's with Wild Sheep Content. Mayushi.
Well, something got
Yakamoa.
lost, anyways. You know.
Oh, it was poo. It wasn't good. I tried it. I didn't like it. It wasn't very good. But they've been pretty good with the video game stuff, generally speaking, and I feel like this would be a fun one. So I hope they get it right.
Yeah, I'm loving Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout's great.
Now, if somebody tells me that they're watching this season of Fallout and they don't care for it, I won't question it. I can understand how someone wouldn't like what's going on with Fallout this season.
What about the first season?
But for me, I think the first season was a little more.
I still haven't gone back to it.
I think the first season of Fallout was a little bit more palatable for all audiences. This new season feels a little more tailored for specific audiences, in my opinion.
I agree.
It feels like the opposite when you watch a show that's like kind of embarrassed about like, oh, we don't want to be associated with a video game. This feels like the opposite. This is like, how do we recreate people's experiences from a video game in a television show? It seems to be what they're doing, because they are literally they're showing Fallout exactly the way I play Fallout, where it's like, you want something, go get it. Oh, you don't have the money for it? Sneak in and steal it. Why not? Go ahead. Who cares? Like that, and that's what they're depicting. And it's like, this is crazy.
Yeah. I think the only beef I do have one beef. The episodes so far, I've liked all of it, and I've liked it more than season one, except for the one. So if you count last night's, you have last night's, the one before that, and then the one before that one, I thought was just a chaotic mess and had no real direction. That was a weird effing episode. It's the one where it ended. I'll say it ended with a hammer in the head.
Yeah, there was some weirdness with how they filmed that fight specifically.
Yeah.
It was kind of odd. It was kind of weird.
The whole episode just felt disjointed to me. It felt like a filler, but everything else has been great. I've enjoyed the hell out of it. It makes me want to do Fallout things, play Fallout video games. I got suckered, you guys. I saw a TikTok video the other day that said the shadow launch of some combo pack of 3 and New Vegas remakes have landed. They did it. They launched it today. This was like Sunday or something. I lost my shit because I was at the hospital. I'm like, give me my phone. I was trying to figure this thing out.
I gotta buy a game on Steam.
Yeah, I was so ready to do it, and I found out it was a big fake. So.
I mean, still the rumor though is that it's coming. I've read 2 more stories about how, well, right now, you know, if you look at the Steam listings for Fallout, it says there's 12 games, but when you look, there's only 10. Is there 2 hidden? You know, like all the tinfoil hats are coming out. I guess Microsoft said it's a good year for games that end with 6. Which had a lot of people going like,
well, that sounds like because we would have to have Fallout 5 before we could have a Fallout. So, I guess they're talking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But maybe they mean Elder Scrolls. I don't know what they mean.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be Elder Scrolls. Huh? I'm getting my Bethesda series
your first person jank mixed up.
It's gonna be a good year for games that end with New Vegas.
I think that's why I asked Beau about it last night. There's this game called Witchfire that has caught my attention. He played a bit and said it was all right.
That's all right.
I don't know why, but for some reason, all this Fallout and just first person RPG stuff is making me think some of these things I see, like Witchfire, look like a good one of those. And I know it's not. It's like some kind of roguelike action thing. But I'm Fallout is doing something to me. It gets in my blood.
I just want to play Fallout New Vegas. I tried it. I had a great time. We talked about it on the show. But that game is just constantly crashing. And now there's the rumors that a remake is coming out. And I don't want to go through all the modding.
Same.
Try to get it stable. Yep. If we're going to get a decent version, hopefully soon. So I'm going to wait. But right now, that's what I want to play. Because I was having so much fun with New Vegas.
Just do it. Put it out. I'm ready. Right freaking now.
Yeah, I will send those ghouls back to ghoul space or wherever the hell I sent them on their stupid rockets.
Everything I think about now when you say ghoul or orc or green skin this or mutation that, I'm reading 40K novels right now. Specifically, I'm reading Hell's Reach, fantastic book. And Hell's Reach is all about, John, you'd love it because the orcs are all up in this thing. And orcs with a K, everybody. Just like your 40s and your Ks. Anyway, I've been so into it that now everything, I'm seeing everything through the 40K lens, through the dark azure lens of the Primus or whatever. I just can't stop thinking of everything through 40K eyes, and it's probably not helping me as a gamer. We'll see.
Man, what if that game comes out this year, Scott?
Oh, shit. I just want all 40K everything. Just bring it on. And Hell's Reach is great. I highly recommend it. I'm only halfway through the book. I'm loving it. It's real, real good. Okay, let's move to this story. Resident Evil Requiem is probably happening now.
About 20 minutes or about 30 minutes.
Okay.
It's going to be happening. So
big expectations.
There might
from
be
this?
a point in this show where we go, oh my God, there's Resident Evil news.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened yet. I think they're just going to show Leon. You know, they've announced him now. I think maybe they're going to show a little Leon gameplay. I don't know.
Actually, have him play. That'd be cool. Or see see him in game.
So
I'd be down with it.
We'll see what it is. It could just be showing some gameplay, but there could be some surprise business that comes out of it.
We'll pipe in if we get some breaking drops.
Yeah. If all of a sudden my eyes glaze over, I might be looking into the eyes of Leon, and that's what happens.
That's where John's eyes go anyway. Speaking of movie news, TV news, I don't know if it's a show. I think it is a show. The Tomb Raider series. It is a series. We have our first glimpse at Sophie Turner as Lara Croft. There she is. Now I'm gonna make an admission here. When I heard Sophie Turner was up for this role, I liked her in Game of Thrones. I did really disliked her take on Phoenix and the X-Men stuff. But then I just don't. I'm kind of ambivalent, and I kind of thought, what's her name? Who did it last time? She should have probably been given a couple more movies or something, or I don't know what happened there. So I didn't know how to feel about this, but this shot makes me think they're pretty serious about it. In fact, if anything, it's maybe a little too on the nose. This is some straight up Lara Croft from like the first game looking outfit, and maybe that's what I want. I don't know, but it's happening.
I mean, I'm with you. I don't think this is. It's just so popular now to see something and immediately go, it's trash, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't have high expectations, and I'm like, all right, this doesn't seem terrible. Like my reaction to it is, this seems fine. I hope the show's good.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
it.
That's all I want.
That's all I got from it.
Yeah. You know what I hate about this world? Let me tell you what I hate about this world. I wish I could just auto block this kind of stuff. So here it is. It's like, hey, a first look at Sophie Turner in the lead role of Lara's character. Yeah. Very first comment, why isn't she 300 pounds? Says liberal gamer or game developers that ruin the industry. All right.
Here's how you block it. Don't read any responses to anything.
This guy's like,
the internet's dead.
It is dead. I hate it.
Just don't read it.
I hate it.
And if that's a little bit too broad, at the very least, Twitter should no longer be used. Now, some people are very slow to move off the things that they formed a habit with, but you're basically using Yahoo News after Yahoo died. That's Twitter now.
That's a great comparison. Because Yahoo
you're
News.
Just still stuck on it, so you're now this generation's boomer. And I'm not saying go to Blue Sky. I don't care where you go. I personally think social media is kind of over. There'll be lots of people using it, but it's like the equivalent of using Facebook in 2026. Like, it's pretty much done. Like, all of it's cooked, gamified, not to your advantage. Just wants you addicted. There's plenty of fun things to do on your computer and the internet, and social media doesn't have to be one of them.
Yeah.
So it's done. It's cooked.
I really think that's an interesting comparison, because who uses Yahoo for anything but the old ancient news site?
But they still had traffic, right?
But they do.
You show Grandma Yahoo News, and she doesn't keep up with whatever's going on in DJ and the internet world. She's just like, I like Yahoo News because it delivers me the news. You know, and now Twitter's like, I'm not getting off Twitter. It's where the town hall conversation's taking place. And I'm like, it's Elon's personal fleshlight. Like, you're like, just get off of it. Like, stay away.
The whole site's his personal fleshlight, and we're all inside it. Gross.
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, it's an ego thing. The whole thing is just ego feeding. Like, it's like politicians are slow to regulate. They're slow to understand computers. They'll be slow to get off Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like fabricating. What is it? It's the site that generates the most CSAM per second now, because of Grok. And the guy who owns it's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Stop being so woke about this stuff. And it's like, get off of it. Holy shit. Like,
If you don't know what CSAM is, go look at. Don't look up CSAM.
It's
Just
bad.
look up the
Like,
definition of
bad stuff.
CSAM.
Yeah.
And then you'll
It's very, very bad what's happening there. And it's like people get into habit and they don't want to move, but nothing lasts forever. I think social media broadly is dead. For reasons like that, Scott, it entered your brain. Someone's dumb shit comment.
You're right.
Entered your brain, and now you're disturbed.
You're right.
And you didn't have to be.
No, I didn't. You're
And
right.
This isn't about freedom of speech or being able to be an adult to do things. You got what, 20, 30 years left? Your time's valuable. If you want to argue with people, you can seek it out. You can go to a bar and tell someone to F off and you'll get into a fight. It's not a problem.
Did you just give Scott only 20
You
years
gave me a
left to live?
deadline. Yeah, I don't like that.
No, I'm saying I'm giving myself.
He's got-
20. I mean,
he's got-
we don't know.
Scott, you
we're
got
all in
20
the age
years,
where we
man.
don't know.
Start living it up.
Well, I'm not giving you 20. I'm just saying we all have finite amount of time. It
Right.
could be 10, 20.
Fair
it could
point.
be a day.
It is.
Totally
I'm just-
fair
we're,
point.
we're at an age where there's people now. I look at them like, man, I outlived that person. Lucky me. Like that must mean I'm going to die tomorrow if I live longer than them. Like I have those thoughts.
I
right?
think this
It's
is
like-
good perspective. Honestly, you
And the point is not to talk about death. The point is just like, why am I like? I even Blue Sky. I'm like, I logged into Blue Sky. I was very peaceful, just having a cigarette, and then I got mad about something. And I'm like, if I had not opened that thing, I'd still be having a peaceful morning. Now there's a thunderstorm in my head. I'm like, why do we do this to ourselves? Communication? What? I just read some asshole's thing, and it's like that's gaming on steroids.
yeah.
Like if you just bought the game at a store and enjoyed it and didn't know like, oh, the boobies were too small and not woke. It's too woke because she's so overweight. You wouldn't think about it. You just be like, I didn't like that game. I like this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just wouldn't
No,
be a
you're
thing.
right. I do. You're 100% correct. I lament.
We wouldn't be
that I
mad
saw
about it,
Yeah, I lament that I spent any time on that first guy's comment. I'm annoyed.
Anti-internet. I think social media is kind of done. I think we've had our fun, and I think it's been lamified pretty hardcore.
Did you guys
So-
see Dig was relaunched today? Speaking of which.
Dig?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's Dig?
So they came. So digg.com used to be. Before,
Oh, Dig.
yeah. Before Reddit, there was Dig, and Dig was taking off and going crazy. And then they took a dive, and Reddit took over, and then they went away. Well, Kevin Rose, the founder of Dig and one of the co-founders of Reddit, have come back together, rebought it all back, and now have relaunched Dig fresh. And I saw that today and went, oh, okay, I'll get over there and set up a thing and see what it looks like and everything. So far, because part of me is like, oh, will somebody please and come save social media, even though it'll probably devolve into something shitty like they all do.
No, just kill
It's
it.
just the same. It's not.
It looks the same. I'm on it. I'm like it's Blue Sky but with rounder edges
Yeah, a little bit.
and has,
I don't
like,
know.
the Twitch thing. On
What
the
have we
left. Like,
done to ourselves? It's so dumb.
The point is, like, the reason I have this perspective is thanks to our community's Discord. I'm like, where do I look forward to? I'm like,
You know what?
The people in our Discord.
Damn straight. If you have not joined the core Discord or the Frog Pants Discord, you're insane because it's such a great place to be. Even though
agree
once in a while someone will get in a little tiff about, I don't know, Shanafan, Switch 2 plays, and someone else will reply, and they'll go back and forth for a little bit. It's as bad as it gets.
We know where the rough edges of our Discord are.
Well, yeah. There's other conversations, and truth be told, sometimes I get a little out of pocket. But like everyone's like, oh, it's getting too much.
We
Let's
come
stop.
back together.
There's no
It's a
doing that on like
community.
Facebook where you're like, guys, let's just chill about this thing. Everyone's like, no, someone's got to one up constantly.
I don't find anything
So
wrong
I think the
with what you're
future
saying.
is in we're rediscovering bulletin boards, basically.
Yeah.
You know, the thing we had in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
It's like that's better. I don't care about
It
whether
is
I'm
better. We were
chamber or
promised
not.
something
I
better
just
than
wanna-
that, and we bought into it, and it wasn't better.
I don't hang out with people I hate. I hang out with my friends. You know what I mean? So like this notion that like online I've got to expose myself to people I don't like on a regular basis is like lunacy. So
I don't.
I'm just not
I don't
into
like how this. You can talk about pooping in a lake or bacon in a plate and all these things. Everyone just thinks, oh, Beau, simple Beau. But you know what? All of that was some serious wisdom coming out of you just now. That was Beau wisdom like I haven't heard it. We need a theme for Beau wisdom.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. It's just what I'm feeling right now. That's all. I don't know if everyone's
There you go. It's our new intro for Beau wisdom.
Yeah. Anyways, that's just how I'm feeling about social media. I think it's done.
I think
the era is over. We had a good time.
I sign up for your newsletter. In fact, that's the other thing that's taken off is back to newsletters and blog posts.
The only reason I've stayed as long too, it's worth mentioning, is just because online, how do you bring your cow to market? Like in the early 2000s, it was like set up, make content, set up a social media account to get people to go to it, right?
Yeah.
But now that's the content. TikTok is the content.
Yeah.
Like TikTok, everyone's trying to be TikTok because TikTok is. So how does an ad for my little humble show about video games, like no one gives a shit. What has YouTube ever done for you, Scott, in the decades? What has Twitch ever done for any of us in the decades we've generated value for their site? Like nothing.
No, they really don't.
So, like it's it's just not fun anymore, and I people will still be on it for a long time. It might be a very long death, but there's just, the streamer awards also kind of broke me too. It's like we're doing it all. This is the reward at the end of the rainbow. Like fuck, no.
I hate the streamer wars.
It really broke me this year.
They're bad.
Anyways, sorry, I made it.
No, this is good. So all we're going to do now is we're going to come back around. We're going to promote. Go to frogpants.com/discord. Sign up. There's no special key.
I mean, if you want to bring something else for us to lampoon on it, it is content. I don't mind. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah.
I think that we're still going to do that on occasion, but
Yeah. Moving on. Let's go to this here. Beau, Ubisoft's Hamilton studio is closing down after unionizing in December.
Yeah, big Canada news. I know we're done talking about this whole unionizing. Not done, but it's the same thing. There's not much new to say. It's a huge thing. But the thing that jumped out at me, first of all, this is on CBC. This is not on a gaming site.
Mm-hmm.
So it's big enough news in Canada to hit mainstream news, basically. And also, we talk about these unions and it's like, so Ubisoft Hamilton unionized in December and then they closed the studio in January, a month later, stating like, oh, it's inefficient, not good for business. Totally nothing to do with the union, which is horseshit, first of all. And second of all, these guys, when they open businesses like Canada, like apparently they've benefited from nearly $1 billion in like tax credits, like money they could have paid to like our government, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, these companies have their hands out when they're getting like benefits from governments, which is essentially taxpayer money, which is essentially me because I'm a Canadian. So they've taken my money, but they won't do anything they won't pass it on to their workers. It's just disgusting. And I just wanted to say that disgusting. And they're being taken to task. So there's an ongoing suit, I think, in Canada, like the union. I can't remember. It's the union's filing like a labor law claim and stuff like that for like wrongful dismissals. Anyways, big news. Eat it, Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Ubisoft.
Eat a poo. You big giant poo eaters. We also have a end date for New World, Old World soon. John, what do we know?
Don't go down that road because that's a whole different game.
Yeah.
So as of today, New World, Aeternum is going to be delisted and no longer able to be purchased. In addition to that, on January 31st, 2027, the servers will be taken offline and the game will be permanently unable to be played.
I'm bummed. I don't play it all the time, but I don't like to see something this short of a lifespan for an MMO.
Yeah, but aren't you like glad that you didn't play it all the time? Because I always feel like it's a sunk cost fallacy. You shouldn't hold on to anything digital. It's all ephemeral or whatever that word is, how you say it.
Ephemeral. Yeah.
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral coming over here again.
But
reminding us how nothing lasts.
That's right.
But if I was a New World player and I had like a pretty swanky account and time put in, like, man, I'd want to riot. Like, this sucks.
Yeah, I don't like it for a bunch of reasons. Some of it's because I know
they're happy to take my time and then just flush it down the toilet.
Yeah,
not let games live on.
Yeah,
to be like, let's make this public software.
Just open source it. It's not going to hurt anybody to do that. There's nothing you need to protect here. Just let it go open source. Let people do what they want with it.
Or just run it on one server. And if the queue's full, like say it's free, We can only host 1,000 people. That's all we're willing to spend because, and if it's full, it's full. But at least it's still kind of there as a thing that exists.
I agree. I hate when these things go down.
It's not like the company doesn't have the money to keep like a couple $10,000 or even spend $100,000 a year on just maintaining it or something like that. Like,
this also I think makes people slow to want to enter that space and create new stuff.
Every time the MMO doesn't look like it's backed by money from God, it's like, well, I'm just going to play it and it's all going to go away. So if it's a shooter, fair enough, but if it's Marvel Rivals and asking me to invest tons of money in buying skins and making a rich account, it's like you get a few closures and you're like, I don't know,
it makes me worry that
I don't want to feel bad. I play games to feel good, and it's going to make me feel bad.
The future of MMOs feels like, well, WoW will still be around. Final Fantasy's got their niche, and I think maybe ESO's okay, but what else are you getting?
I mean, that's why the big ones stay around. I think they have a community of regular, players.
Yeah, but I'll bet you New World had enough of one for a smaller company to be like, man, I'd take that. It's just Amazon levels of, well, we didn't really.
What are do they have stats on New World? Maybe
I don't know.
Steam DB
don't think
stats?
they ever. Oh yeah,
Steam DB.
Well, Steam will say concurrence and heights and all that. I don't think it'll tell us how many subs there were.
No. But like just in terms of population, like there's 1,000 people playing right now. That's probably not enough.
Just on Steam, that doesn't include
Just
consoles. There might be more. It's cross play, so maybe there's more.
It's the same. Assume the same. Like 3,000. I don't know.
Still very low, no doubt. But I just think if so, that's 3,000 people that if you could just give them the open source and let them run their servers and do their thing, who cares?
I'm going to look at the 1 year. So for Steam, it averaged between 8,000 to 12,000 players, depending. There was a surge in October of 50,000 players for a month. What happened in October this year?
I don't know. Wasn't that the big
update or?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, and this is crazy. After the update, it dropped in November to 2,000 daily, down to 1,000. So for all of 2025, they were maintaining like 10K on Steam, roughly. And then in November, I guess that's when they told people
that's the announcement.
It dropped.
Yeah,
to like
that's when they said, "Hey, we're ending."
Yeah.
Can you imagine how that feels if you're? I guess I kind of did feel this way once with City of Heroes was my thing for a long time. I loved that game, and when they shut that down, I was so sad. But there's an example of a thing that lives on, maybe at first less legally, but now fully open sourced it, and they let people just do it or license it or whatever. No. Just do that, Jeff Bezos or whoever's in charge now.
I guess like whenever we're like people are lamenting the death of the single player game or offline games because they just don't get the hype that they do. Like just look at these examples of games. Like these games die and go away, but single player games are forever. You can find a copy of the first Metroid and play it. They're important, and they're arguably more important than some of these games as a service, or just as, let's say.
Yeah, but Nintendo only wants to give you that experience again if you pay for an online service, ironically.
Well, I just order an Ambernick from China. I'll get it that
way. Life finds a way. Finally, Mark Dura posted a debrief about what went wrong with Anthem because it shut down today.
Yes, I don't know if today. It was
January 12th. I think he posted it the same day that it shut down. So I think it was Jan 12th, but that could even be accurate. But like this week
it shut. And
it said he posted servers go down today, 3 days ago. So
12th.
12th. Yeah. So, and the video is 3 hours and 40 minutes long. It's very dry, but it actually is very interesting. Some of the key takeaways was that Mass Effect, there was like some struggle between getting Mass Effect Andromeda done, which was considered like the most important thing at BioWare, and Anthem at the same time.
Yeah.
And apparently there was a lot of like cultural conflicts between the Austin and Edmonton offices while working on the game. There was a lot of problems that way, and ultimately the design of the game. So Mark Dara was only executive producer of the game for certain periods. The rest of it was Casey Hudson, and he kind of lays some of it on Casey Hudson kind of seems a little disinterested or not as invested, because a lot of people, like, apparently it was very shocking how few tools the teams had to like get that make their jobs efficient. They were like, and that he said the teams were operating in this learned helplessness state, where if you work somewhere and you're like, this is a problem, and you tell people, your superiors, and they do nothing about it, and that happens for years, you just learn that if you complain, nothing will happen, so you don't say shit. So problems fester and products suffer, in the game space because of that. And with the poor communication between the two studios and the fact that no one was doing anything to help the people working on the game, it's kind of a miracle that it launched in the state that it did. Like as good as it was. You can say it was not that good, but
feels like 100 years ago. But.
Yeah, but I think the thing about Anthem is like it was really cool. Like I was watching video of it, and like the robots walking around and flying. Like I look at Anthem and I'm like, I want this game. Like
I mean that's the thing is there were some. I think all of us pre-ordered it and played it. Like it seemed like it was gonna be a thing, and I think the biggest, most shocking thing to me with Anthem is that you looked at it and you wanted to like it. You played it and you wanted to like it, and you went, how did anybody play 5 seconds of this game and not go, look at all the clear issues with this game?
Yeah.
Because flying around is super fun. Yeah. What's the first thing you notice about flying? You're extremely limited as to how often you can do it.
Yep.
Who did that? Who went, like, it's that, they make the joke about Blizzard all the time, fun detected, fun nerfed. Like, it was a game that felt like every time they were like, the game started to feel a little fun. We better find a way to make that not fun.
Yeah.
Like every time they could go right towards the fun or left away from it, they took a left, and it was shocking.
Yeah.
But I wanted to like it, and then they did the thing where they said, we're going to try and fix it, and then that ended up getting shelved. That didn't happen. Yeah. And it's a shame because I look at Anthem and I'm like, that game looked fun.
So what ended up happening too, because Mark wasn't the executive producer the whole way through, he basically says like when he got in, they just had a deadline and they had to ship by it. So they just had to it was less about making the game fun and more about completing the project.
Shocking.
By the time it launches.
That never happens.
And one of the biggest things was the way the single player story didn't mesh with a game as a service. And he laid that at the fact that BioWare wasn't really experienced in, like he said, everyone at BioWare was playing like Diablo and Path of Exile, they were all big games as a service people, but they weren't developers with experience in making those kinds of games.
Right.
So they had lessons to learn, and the game was very single player-y in many like detrimental ways, like logically, like if someone zoomed ahead of you, the story, they could
start the story without
story beats. Yeah. But they did things. He talked about the dark patterns they put in the game where it's like they didn't. So this was interesting. So because it was a multiplayer game, but people like playing these games single player, when you play these games as a service single player, it technically costs the company more money. So they might do things to try and get you in groups, because if you're talking about 100,000 players, it could save you a tremendous amount of money if everyone's forced to group up versus spooling up an instance single player for like an always online game. And I thought, that's very interesting. So they had these dark patterns that would try and force you or very strongly nudge you from a behavioral modification standpoint to group with other players. And when they say dark patterns, it isn't like enticement, like you'll get better gear if you group with other people. It was like making it so you couldn't do certain quests or see certain content without doing it, without explicitly stating that this is like group content or whatever. It was very, very strange. So it's an interesting watch if you're into game dev, and it's as a story, as lessons. I thought it's very dry, but I'm trying not to sit on my butt that much because of old, what are we calling him?
Henry, or no, Harvey? What'd you call him?
Count Dooku on my butt. So I've been like just like watching YouTube videos and playing on my Switch and stuff, and like so I did spend a lot of time watching. It was good content for that anyways.
Yeah, worth checking out. Okay. I think that just eternally bummed about the state of that whole thing. And I played one day. There was a day where Kyle and I played for hours, just me and him. I don't know how that worked out or why we did, but we had we
There
were
was some fun to
tasting
be
the
had in
fun.
the
Yeah,
game.
we were tasting
Yeah.
occasional mouthfuls of fun, and you were like, all right.
I think they did a good job of making the mechs feel like the mid-range mechs. Like they weren't giant mechs, but like good sound effects when you land. It felt chunky. The classes kind of felt, good. The verticality when it comes to combat was kind of interesting. I think the level design. He said the level design was way too vertical.
Oh, big time.
And it was like they're trying to solve problems with, we want people to fly around a lot, but we don't want them to leave arenas, and we don't want to do invisible walls or get too far from your, there was a lot of problems that they just needed to still work through, but ran out of time to do so and had to ship with what they had.
I think they hoped they could tweak it as time went on, but players were like, no, we'll go do something else. Plus, at the time, you had Destiny was your formidable competition in this space. This looter.
Yeah,
shooter.
they said and that was the other thing he talked. You know how that we just talked about Highguard being a raid shooter. He said they also marketed the game very badly, where everyone in the team wanted to avoid calling it like when people are like, "What's this game like?" We should have said it's like Borderlands, it's like Destiny, but they never wanted it to market it that way. They wanted to market it as a BioWare game, and that led to a lot of confusion with what the product was. And he says
I think a lot of people forget that this is a BioWare game because it is so unlike a BioWare game.
Yeah.
And so the idea that they would market it as one is crazy because this is so far from what you expect from them.
I just think it's an ego thing where it's like you're trying to find a space in the market, even though the shorthand is like not a defining feature. It just helps people understand what you're selling. And I think the fear is if you just say, I'm releasing a MOBA, everyone's going to go like, oh, I've already got a MOBA I play. But they're allowed to do that. Like they're going to figure out it's a MOBA anyways. Lying to them or making weird words doesn't help you in the long run. It confuses people as to what it is. And if you're worried they won't give it the time of day because they already got their MOBA, you should be asking, why the hell did we make it in the first place?
Yeah.
Like that's the analysis you could have done before undertaking the product. And it's like, should we enter a crowded market? And then later be like, we can't call it the same thing as all the other products in this crowded market. like it's you being the idiot, not the customers or players. And it's so obnoxious and annoying.
You know what's crazy is like the whole looter shooter, like it is a crowded market. And it's a game type that I swear to you, in spite of what I'm going to say next, I think I would really like. I don't think there's been a single one I enjoy. I don't think a single one has to me, it is the biggest home run. Imagine Diablo, but it's a first-person shooter. I'm like, good God, that sounds like the greatest video game ever made. Sign me up. That sounds awesome. And IGN did a list not too long ago of the top 10 looter shooters of all time. And I was like, what are they? I hate every single game on that list. I still feel like that genre is prime for someone to do something good because I think they all have sucked. And yes, I include Borderlands. I don't like Borderlands.
Can I see the list?
That's not going to shock anybody.
Is it the best looter shooter games ranked? Hang on, is this the article?
Let me see. It could be, yeah.
Was it a video or a...
I mean, for me...
It was a list.
That peaked with Borderlands 2 for me. I don't think I ever cared about much of that after
Borderlands 2 is probably my favorite, but that is I think that game is mid. I don't...
Oh, it's listing every Borderlands. It's interesting. It's like the list is just Borderlands. Division's on here as one, and Destiny.
Oh, I kind of like Division a little bit.
Warframe.
So yeah, they said the best one is Borderlands 2.
That I agree with. That pick is goated. Of all the Borderlands, I mean, not necessarily that it's first, just
right.
The best one is 2 by a country mile.
I think so.
Remnant 2, you really like? Didn't you play a lot of Remnant 2?
I do like Remnant 2, but I don't consider it one of those. I guess that's where I would be different. Remnant 2 doesn't feel like that, but yet in this list, that's my favorite game that's on this list is Remnant 2. But it doesn't feel like Diablo as a shooter though.
Yeah, as a genre, it's a stretch too because they got Warframe in here, and
I do like Warframe, but
there's no loot. It's not a looter shooter.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like
it's not like Diablo. The looter shooter is it's like Diablo, but first person shooter. That's not Warframe. Warframe is closer to WoW.
I don't really like Destiny 2. I never got into the Division. Borderlands has never really been
Division,
for me.
Right?
Yeah, I like the Division. Okay,
I have some Division fans in the core chat as well. I see them talking about it.
Shanafan's a giant Division fan.
Isn't there a remaster of the first one?
There's
Isn't there a remaster coming out?
Made, yeah, something's going on. But they canceled there was a new Division game that was more of a big, I don't know what that was, actually, but it got canceled.
It got a massive next-gen upgrade, the first one.
Maybe. The first one's really, I like the first one. I don't know why it's saying to me or saying, it's something about it.
If I was going to play one, it would be the first one because I like the setting. The idea of New York at winter is super cool.
Yeah.
Like,
it's basically Die Hard, right?
Kind of. Yeah. Like Die Hard on a city scale, basically. And then the idea that they canceled the new one and are just going to do a remake. It's a little weird how that's all going, but whatever. Ubisoft's weird right now. So I don't know what they're doing.
Ubisoft's very weird.
I like
that's
it. Okay.
So,
but John's
like,
right. You know what? There's not a lot of these I really... Is it just that the formula's not there yet? Somebody
there's
hasn't...
there's four of them.
I think it's because people are chasing games as a service more than making a good game.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I agree with that. If somebody could make one of these that is single player focused, but maybe it can be co-op, fine, whatever. But let us mostly just, I'm a lone warrior in a place doing shit with my guns to get my loots and really go hard on that and do it. I don't know what you have to do to make it right. I want that game. I think I want that game. Maybe I don't.
I know. That's the thing is like they've tried so many times, or at least they've told me they've tried so many times. I go, well, maybe I don't want that game, but on paper, I want that game more than anything.
Yeah.
It'd be really great if we could get Randy Pitchford off the Borderlands franchise. I think that's the biggest problem, right?
Well, just get him to leave.
Then we can't keep calling it Borderlands.
Yeah, Boda.
Because I think Borderlands has the DNA for it. I just think they've really sort of missed. Like it's like they lean into the wrong things. It's how I feel about the PlanetSide sequel, where they veered away from the things that actually made it a success into trend chase, and yeah, I think Borderlands sort of suffers from that.
Are you saying trend tracing is ruining the industry? Is that what you're telling me? Because I think you might be right.
I don't know.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, weird.
I think a game for everyone is a game for everyone. I mean, no one.
Well, I hope Casey Hudson's not bored when he's making this new Fate of the Old Republic. I hope he's in a better mood.
Yeah, I hope he's really excited about it. I mean, he was when he did Knights of the Old Republic, right?
True.
So maybe he'd be interested this time.
And then Mass Effect.
Yeah, I think part of the thing with Anthem too is he left after Mass Effect and came back for Anthem.
Yeah.
Well, after Anthem had already started,
Right.
and Mark was even like, it was kind of insulting because like he left, he's gone. Like there's people who would love to work on it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a sub story to all this because Mark there is like a Dragon Age guy. It's also a story about how Dragon Age is like the fifth wheel in the studio.
Yeah, the Dragon Age people and the Mass Effect people do not like each other in BioWare. It is very well documented.
I don't like that.
And I don't like it either. But the funny thing is I totally, because I was reading about it, and it's like you were reading about like why Veilguard failed and all the issues with that too. And they're like, yeah, the Mass Effect people came in and all they really worked on with the new Dragon Age was the ending. And I was like, oh, the part of the game that was good.
Yeah, the one bit.
When the game got interesting, that's when the Mass Effect people were working on it. Yeah. Maybe you deserve your reputation, assholes.
Jerks.
No, I don't actually feel that way. But that is, but like I get, that's what I mean is like I read stuff like that and all of a sudden I'm feeling tribalistic about it too, where I'm like, yeah, maybe the Dragon Age team is bad. Maybe the Mass Effect team is good. The only reason I hope that's true is because they are making a new Mass Effect and I would like it.
I mean, it's just funny to think if they had like abandoned all the other stuff after the first Dragon Age and just leaned into it, they could just be Larian. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because like that's like the first Dragon Age, like tactical top-down shooters. Like the natural direction is to develop, those things, and instead they turned everything into Mass Effect.
Yeah. I love that first Dragon Age so much.
Origins
I think
is
about it from
much.
time to time, like I'd play it again.
It is the Dragon Age games. 3 kind of was fun in its own way, but 2 and 4
they all have like redeeming qualities, but 1 was like an actual,
No, 1 set out to do a thing, and they did it. They brought back basically the Baldur's Gate vibe and did it at BioWare, and they did it with a new franchise, and gosh dang it. What happened?
Oh well.
And you know what? Just to counteract my point, then Mass Effect screwed it all up. Is what happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Mass Effect ruined it. I love Mass Effect and I love Dragon Age, but they messed each other up. Is what happened.
It's a management thing. They got pitted against each other because of resourcing, right? Like at the end of the day, if you had a company and you're like, these are the Dragon Age people, those are the Mass Effect people, they only go between the products voluntarily. Then you probably don't have that political fallout between the teams. Yeah. But that's not what happened. EA said, whatever's the biggest thing and most important, put every person on it.
Well, I'm sure that'll change with the Saudis owning them. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Again, they might be a disinterested party. Like, I don't.
Maybe they want. Maybe they just throw money at it.
They're buying lots of shit. It doesn't make it any better if you have an issue with that. But I'm just saying, from a developer standpoint,
I just don't believe. And I've yet to have an acquisition where I went, "Yep, everything was great." After
I think it's just a talent drain. I think there's going to be a lot of people. Like, if you told me, like, "Oh, your new boss is now going to be the Saudis," I'd be like, "I guess I got to find a new job." So
same. You're gonna bleed talent, but also just acquisitions smell bad now. Nobody makes a good one. Nobody's done that yet.
It's hard to change your jobs. You have your mortgage to pay and you got things to take care of. But like personally, I've always been like, if I don't like the people I'm working with, I'm always ready to be out the door. But I've lived my life a lot differently than most people.
I'll give credit. Here's the only acquisition I'll give credit to. The THQ Nordic thing that formed to get all those old THQ IPs and put out like proper remakes, proper remasters, some new content. Like they seem like they've been good stewards. Everything else is always this high promise, low delivery. It's like Microsoft's buying everything. Cool. Maybe that means influx of money. I'll try to be positive about it. Yeah, it's kind of sucks now. This isn't good.
I think all tech has been behaving very badly since the pandemic.
Yeah, I agree.
Like there's been like this swirling the toilet bowl happening. It's probably going to take 20 years, but
well, at least I kept my first COVID positive test from the pandemic.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah. I'm going to let it mutate and give us.
Why, yeah, I was going to say maybe you should keep it in a sealed box or something.
Well,
so before we get COVID 27,
when I talked
started by Scott Johnson,
I talked to a listener who's epidemiologist adjacent, does some research or something. He said there's nothing about this that's contagious, but I still want to take this and put it in a resin. I've talked to some other shows, but make like a resin cube and like a clear one. And put this in there and just have this little memento.
You should cut out a rectangle cartridge slot in your orange, and put that in there. And
we've been talking about the orange too.
There's a piece of art. It's your own console. It's the Johnson Orange.
This orange
entertainment system.
I've had this orange. I did the check-in on it. I've had this orange since 2008, I believe.
I can't wait till you're 90 and you'd be like, "Oh, grandson, come here. I want to show you something. Here's my old desiccated orange."
Listen how old it is.
Do we have to go to Grandpa Scott's again? He's going to show me his orange.
He's going to show us the orange again.
The shriveled up orange. It doesn't smell. Doesn't smell like anything. It's like a little testicle just hanging out there. Look at that thing. Pretty good.
That's awesome. Yeah, great. I love your testicle.
I have a Twinkie. I have a Twinkie somewhere like this. Same thing.
One thing. Oh, sorry,
go ahead, Beau. John.
No, I was going to change topics. So
do it.
Oh, I don't want to change topics.
I was going to get us off the riveting topic of the wrinkly orange.
How dare you? How dare you do
I was
such a thing?
kind of going to do that too, but I wanted to say, like, also in like bullshit studio closures, Meta also closed like 500 studios. Like the guys who make Deadpool VR are out. Yeah.
Oh, I knew they were shutting down a bunch of the VR stuff, but I didn't know it was studios.
Yeah, no, Meta shuts down. They shut down a ton of studios.
Oh,
the old Crafton, where Crafton was like to buy, I can't remember which company, but they were in there.
Crafton is one
studio. Like they shut down some stuff, right?
Oh, right.
There's just a bunch of studios are going out, and Meta's joining that sort of parade.
Honestly, if anybody thought Meta, Amazon, or any of these companies that have nothing to do with gaming, who swooped into it and said, "We're now part of the gaming thing, and we're going to do all this shit," Google included, they all failed miserably with all of their initiatives. Every single one of the ones we're talking about, Google's freaking Stadia bullshit, all those guys took a giant dump. It's funny, the only gaming initiative from a company that isn't known for gaming that has had any staying power and it's probably just by the hair of Tim Cook's left testicle hair that it's even there is the freaking Apple Arcade thing on phones. And as a show, we don't really care about that. But none of these other initiatives of any investment at all in developers or buying any of this stuff have panned out. They all don't really actually care. All they want is, ooh, there's money in that. Oh, isn't there enough money? I guess not enough for what we need. Buy.
They also don't take long enough terms for the game company, right? Like if it's not immediately making money, it's like, please immediately make money, and then they're out.
Yeah, like that meme with the guy poking the thing on the ground, hurry and make money, and he's just poking it with a stick. It feels like that, and I hate it.
Anyways, so sorry, John. I kind of interrupted, but you want to change the subject too, so maybe you.
Well, I was curious. Are you interested, Scott? In I'm Beau, but I know this isn't your series of what's been revealed so far on this Resident Evil thing.
Can we get a news update here? Let's get some news here. Hold on.
Okay.
We now go to John on the scene with the update on Resident Evil Requiem and how Leon S. Kennedy is naked through the entire game.
Okay, so this is what we're looking at so far. One, the zombies. They said the zombies in this game. It's a different kind of virus where the zombies retain elements of their humanity. So, like, they will continue to do things as a zombie that they would have been doing in life to a limited degree. So shambling around as if there's still a little humanity in there somewhere.
I hope there's no gooner zombies.
They've confirmed Leon is more action oriented, which we kind of knew, but they've shown some cool things, which includes Leon pushing a zombie up against a wall and then putting his boot through their head while they're up against a wall. And he stuck a shotgun in a zombie's mouth and pulled the trigger.
That's what I want.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That Grace is going to have limited ammo. There's going to be some sort of blood crafting thing that was shown while I was talking, so I don't know what's up with blood crafting, but she injected a zombie with some blood thing.
Does Leon
the zombie just exploded? It's going right now.
Does Leon S. Kennedy make pithy remarks after his kills and things like that?
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
right.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, it's going right now. Do you want to check in real quick?
Yeah, let's just see. Let's see what we got here. Toss me a link,
okay.
and we'll.
There, it's in Discord.
Let's see what Capcom's got going.
They're talking about a Porsche right now. Because I guess Porsche gave them a car that they could use for it, so it looks like a car commercial at the moment.
Let's see here.
今回もう一つハミルトンさんと、
Okay.
コラボさせていただきまし
Sorry, here he
て
is.
レオンとグレースそれぞれのキャラのイメージを持ち
Oh, he's talking about the watch he's got.
Oh, now it's a watch. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a fancy Hamilton watch.
This Resident Evil brought to you by Watches and Cars.
That seems a little.
Well, I think that's how we know that Resident Evil has truly hit its midlife crisis.
That's what men do when they hit it.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis. Leon is not immune.
Buy a watch, get a Porsche.
Yep, Leon,
Have a young
full
girlfriend,
full
which they have in
midlife
this show, too.
crisis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a young lady as well?
Well, we don't know if she's his girlfriend, but he is hanging out around her, so you never know.
Oh, now they're talking about the additions.
Will also be available for purchase.
Let's see.
Get all
Extra
this
costumes for
stuff.
Grace and Leon,
Costumes,
weapon
amazing.
skins,
Weapon
and screen
skins,
filters
amazing.
will be included in this edition.
Screen filters is a really weird bonus.
It's a weird one, right?
It's a weird one, but I kind of like it.
You like
But it's weird. It's a weird
Shouldn't it
thing.
just be default content? Why do I,
Shown.
Oh no,
It
I'm not
should.
gonna get my 80s film VHS.
You're not gonna get your noir filter.
Ooh, GeForce Now. They just added
Also,
that.
I will say maybe one of the weirder things that they talked about on this, they acknowledged the existence of Resident Evil 6, which was a game I never thought Capcom would talk about ever again. They would just continue to pretend it never happened.
So in what context though? Like we're adding some character from something, or just
No, they just said this is Leon post Resident Evil 6.
Oh,
which
that's funny.
again is way more about Resident Evil 6 than I ever thought they would say. Because there's nothing good really to say about Resident Evil 6 except for the logo looks like a giraffe getting a blowjob. That's about the best thing you can say.
Yeah, they're also claiming.
You've never seen the Resident Evil 6 logo?
Oh, the logos.
No.
Hold on. Let me
Share it because it's rough.
let me get it. It's a giraffe.
You were lying about watches, though. I'm a little bit behind. Like they are. I can buy the Resident Evil watch.
Yeah, you can have the watch. I bet it has limited inventory inside the watch.
Okay, Beau, I put it in chat. The
small.
logo is a giraffe getting a blowjob.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, it is.
It still is.
giraffe.
Yeah, let's go ahead and share it with the world.
Oh no, I can't unsee it. I started looking for it.
Yep, that
And
drives
it's all like
into
there's
it
like
too.
ropes and stuff. Like it's all like there's like sperm everywhere.
Oh,
This has been talked about ever since the logo got unveiled.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Although I don't think their penis is up by their front legs.
Oh, Beau, John, you're getting that Leon statue, aren't you? That's happening.
There's a Leon
They
statue?
just showed it.
Hold
Here,
up.
let me go back.
Oh wait, mine's delayed.
It's him giving a blowjob to a giraffe.
They just showed it. Crap.
I
it's
mean, if
past
that's
now.
the case, then yeah. I don't know. This was the third image when I searched for Resident Evil 6 logo.
I can't show
look at that.
I can't. Oh no, I can. There's a bar. I'll show it.
There's a bar.
Yeah, there's a bar. You guys. There.
Oh. Well, that's not Leon though. That's the only problem.
Well, no, it's not Leon.
It should be Leon. It's supposed to be Leon.
I love that this is even a thing. That's so stupid.
It's so high up on the Google image search. Like,
Oh, hell's bells. Oh, they're doing music now. That made me.
I like that's not how I pictured the giraffe. I don't think giraffes are bipedal, but fair enough.
well, this one's got his arms up in the air. He's happy.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of vision difference depending on who you are and how you see it, but once again, this is the face I make. I make
Good,
this
good
face.
for him. Good for that giraffe.
Yeah,
Like,
I see it and I see it. That's the face I make when I do it.
there's something secret in this game that we haven't revealed. They just said.
Oh, he just said that? What's
yeah,
that?
but I don't think they're gonna.
What is Elpis?
Elpis?
Yeah, unravel the mystery
Of Elpis.
of Elpis.
Yeah.
Elpis Presley.
The whole talking about Elpis
zombie,
is
he's
really.
not a full zombie, so he still does drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of the Elpis.
I've been nothing but a hound zombie.
I'm kind of humanish, but not fully zombie. Oh, look at this guy. See, he's your kind of half zombie. Oh, goodness. You know what? This looks real nice as usual, visually.
I mean, is the mystery that Leon's a zombie that's just really retained a lot of his abilities?
I will say, as a non-Resident Evil player, this one actually looks like.
Ugh, F that shit, whatever the hell that was. Sorry, go ahead, Beau. What?
The game actually looks like it isn't just like in one place. Like 6 is just in a house, right? All the footage I've seen of that is just like some cottage.
No,
And
6 is all over the place. 6.
not 6, 7.
Oh.
And then 8.
Did you
looks
just
like
say
it's in
6,
like a
7? You
castle.
did. Gosh
did
dang
say
it.
6,
6, 7. No, I mean 7. It's like it looks like it's just in a house, and 8 is just like in a castle and around some boobs. This actually looks like
Around some boobs.
it's like there's a hospital, there's an office, like there's a city. Like it actually kind of looks almost like a whole ass world. Like maybe this is a big.
It seems like there's more diversity in the environments for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it actually,
I think it looks pretty
like
good.
you
I
wanna go around.
still zero plan to play this unless somehow it shows up in my inbox. If it does, then I'll play it, and John will be there with me, and we'll beat it.
This might be like what if this is the best Resident Evil ever released?
Might be.
It could be.
It's the swan song in some ways, right? It's like their final of this sort of.
Yeah, they said they want to, wrap up a lot of the story that they've been telling.
Yep.
So we'll see what that means.
Well, we're going to wrap up some urine and drink getting by taking a break. When we come back,
urine?
well, you got to pee. When you have to pee, you got to pee.
Okay.
When we get back from this, we're going to talk about the games we played this week. And in the meantime, if you are here live or a patron, you're going to hear the John Show. And the John Show is a show inside of a show. He'll explain.
I think we need questions about giraffe, 6 giraffe.
Yeah, maybe this is where we finally get the real skinny on John's noticing animals getting blowjobs. Anyway, that's all coming up in a minute. Stay tuned. Hey, everybody, we're back from the break, and it's time for us to talk about the games that we played. Yes, that's right. A week full of games. Why not talk about them, I say. So here's that. The games we played this week begins with this. A tale of a cozy game that my daughter bought, and I decided to play, and I played it for a few hours, and it turns out it's pretty great. She got this. Oh, it's spelled wrong. It's not Caravan.
It's a cozy Caravan.
It's a Caravan.
I thought it was a new drug.
Yeah. Although you can be a cat in there. Maybe that's why I did it. It was subconscious or something, because you can be a little kitty. But you can also be like a raccoon. Whoops. Let me turn off the audio there. Okay. Let me get rid of the chat thing. Okay. So here you go. This is a look at it. Little character creator. You can be these different animals. You're already seeing something John's going to hate. You may notice the anime frame count of the character movement.
It's a little framey.
Yep, and it's just the characters. So the rest of the world running it all full frames, beautiful 3D graphics with this kind of Spider-Verse vibe type animation in there.
If I can just get on a soapbox for a moment.
Do it, please.
You all realize that Spider-Verse did it for a purpose.
Yeah, no.
It was designed to show Miles Morales evolving into a hero. When he was rough around the edges and not in control, he had a low frame rate. When he became Spider-Man, his frame rate sped up. There's a reason they did it. It wasn't just like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if our shit had a low frame rate?
Is that true that later he had a higher frame rate? I don't remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the arc. It's a visual arc to the character that tells a story. It's not someone just arbitrarily going, you know what's cool? Fucking low frame rates on everything.
Yeah, John is not a fan still. Still
There's
not a fan.
There's a reason to do it.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you another reason. A cute, cozy game called... what's it called? Hold on. Forgot the name of the damn game because I'm too busy trying to get my browser to work. Cozy Caravan.
Cozy Caravan.
Cozy Caravan, also known as Cozy Caravan here in the States. Adorable, delightful, chill, little wholesome game where you run a caravan, literally a caravan being driven by a giant bee, or he's your motor, basically. And you steer him. And you go around town and you talk to the townspeople. Sometimes you just wave at them and you get XP for that. Eventually, you're going to run out of new faces and won't be able to get free XP that way. But think of it as like a Animal Crossing / Stardew Valley, but on the road, because you're going around this town in your caravan and you're stopping at the market and you're selling a bunch of your wares. Like you picked up a bunch of apples on the way and you're going to sell those now. And then once you make a little money, you can maybe afford some upgrades and stuff. And then you could do quests and you'll come around to like some guy's place and all he does is grow lettuce and you can go help him pick some lettuce and then he'll give you some free lettuce for all your hard work and get back in the caravan. And then inside the caravan, which you can go inside a whole other environment, you can make things in there. So you can take these ingredients you've collected and you can cook and prepare. I made a salad in there. That was cool. I made some bread. There's your bee right there. There's your big pulling bee. Anyway, you do these adorable things in this adorable game, and it's exactly what you think it is. And as it turns out, in a week where I lost my mom and my mother-in-law also had a stroke, and everything's been a little bit topsy-turvy, turns out a game like this is pretty great to kind of escape into and just chill in this
cozy
chill place.
Escapism. There's a lot of value in that.
There really is, and this is a lot of fun. I didn't know about it before she picked it up. Played it for more than I thought I would. I played it for like 2.5, 3 hours. I figured by then I'd be like, oh, okay, I've done all this thing can do, and I think I'm going to keep playing it. It's really a fun one of these, and not a giant challenge. A lot of little jobs and quests, and go build this and deliver these apple pies to the neighbor who's mad at me, and maybe they'll like me then, and things like that. And it's done in this very nice style, very, very cute and quaint and all that fun stuff, and it runs perfect on your Steam Deck if that is how you want to play something. So, this is the quest to make the salad from Guild Rep Arthur. That's who that guy's name is.
Wow.
Yeah. It's definitely a choice, though, to make these characters move at anime frames, 12 frames per second versus the 60, 120, whatever it is the rest of the game runs at, depending on your hardware. And as far as I know, I haven't really dug that deep, but I don't think you can turn it off. I find it kind of endearing, so I don't mind it. But I thought of John a lot as I was playing this. I was just like, oh, he'd hate this, man.
It's so this doesn't make me do the thing that it usually does, which is like for some reason I just like want to look down when I'm looking at it. It's not the end of the world. I don't like that it's becoming a trend because again, I feel like it's a decision that was made with purpose when it was done artistically, and now it feels like a decision that's being made thoughtlessly. Just because it's like, oh, people must like that. And that's not exactly true.
Yeah.
But I think I like the concept of this game. And, you know, like you said, you can't really put a value on like something comforting when everything else sucks. Like having a little escapism and stuff like that is nice. And beyond the animation, I think this looks really nice. It's got a real tactile look to it.
It does. It's very polished. Even like chopping up your vegetables to make a chopped tomato like he's about to do is well made. It's like I'm trying to think what it reminded me of. It's simple, but it reminds me of like Cooking Mama levels of simple. And those are fun. That game used to have kind of addicting ways of cutting up your carrots and your tomatoes and your food and doing stirring, and none of it feels obtrusive or overstays its welcome in the crafting part of the game. It's just a fun little thing to do. So I like it. It's called Cozy Caravan. It's available now. And I don't know what the price is because we have it on family sharing, so I think I'm just using her copy.
You just borrowed it.
I borrowed it. Yep.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Looks like it's $20 in
There you
the United
go.
States.
Yep.
So
I think it launched on sale, but there's another one where he's stirring. You got to keep your little stove. Oh, come on, dude. I was better at this the first time. Oh, this person's bad. All right. Anyway, moving on.
And even if it's a cozy game, Scott will find your gameplay and will call you out for being terrible at it.
Yeah, if you're not, I mean, it seems really simple, so I don't know what his problem was. I also played a game. This isn't a, I mean, maybe it is people don't know this about me, but I'm a big fan of the arcade classic Marble Madness.
Oh, man. Marble Madness.
Huge fan. Big fan. So it doesn't take much for me to get excited about your Marble Madness which is exactly what I'm going to talk to you about now. There is a game just out, called Marbles. I don't know if the name's my favorite thing, but it's there. This game's only $7 right now. It's 15% off of an already low price, under $10. And it is Marble Madness, but really blown out to be like, I mean, look, he's in a dungeon thing here. There's different levels, different biomes. The graphics are crunchy and crusty on purpose, but it's definitely, we've come a long way since Marble Madness, which was definitely just a 2D sprite game. You can rotate the world around to help you with certain puzzles and that sort of thing. The goal on all these levels is just like Marble Madness's levels, where there is an end to the level and you want to try to find it and not go flying off the edge. And there's a timer system, but it's not too obtrusive. In fact, it works just like Marble Madness did, except Marble Madness's goal was to get you to put more quarters in to expand that timer. This game's just like, no, there are things hidden around, and if you touch them, you'll get more time. I've never really run into a problem with it. It's been fine.
That's nice, because that's not what I would think of with Marble Madness. With Marble Madness, I would think this game would like me to develop a deep-seated underlying hatred for humanity, and it works.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. And this game knows that, I feel like. It feels like it knows it and wants to give you a better time. It is currently at 98% positive. There's not enough here to give it overwhelming because you have to have a certain threshold, but small game, 66 reviews so far. Everybody's really liking it. And you know what? It's very good. Now you say to yourself, Scott, I thought these games needed a trackball. And the answer to that is, well, Marble Madness did have a trackball. This game uses an analog stick on your controller. And I thought that was going to kind of suck. Turns out they made it feel just right. And I don't know how to explain this without actually putting it in someone's hand and saying, try it. Somehow analog stick works for this.
Look, some of us played Marble Madness with like NES D-pad.
Good point.
If we can play Marble Madness with an NES D-pad, you can play Marbles with a control stick.
I think you're right. By the way, Marbles implies that there's a dude in the game named Marbles,
Yeah.
because it's his marbles. It's possessive with
Just
an
makes me
apostrophe.
think of that guy from Hook that's like, I lost my marbles.
Oh, I
You know?
don't like that guy. Kind of sucks.
You don't like him?
He's all right.
He just wants his marbles.
I
man.
know what he wants. I know what he thinks he wants.
And then he finds them at the end and he's happy.
It's true. I think this game's cool and is worth your time. It is only, like I said, $6 $6.79. Surprised just how well it played for a game that I felt like I needed at least a ball or something with more range than an analog stick, and for whatever reason it worked really well. So cool little game. Played a bunch of that. And what else did I get up to while my browser does its thing again? There we go. We have a listener named Lee who's been listening to stuff since like the early instance days. And he reached out and said, hey, my son just got his degree in engineering or game engineering, or I guess software engineering, with a focus on game making. And he made his first game. And I thought you'd be interested in it. And I said, absolutely. And he sent me and Beau and John codes for a game called Find My Buddy. And it is perfect for your kids. If you're listening to me and you got kids or nephew or niece or something like that, it is what you think it might be. It is a visual shape matching game, and you're trying to match shapes amongst a bunch of very diverse looking shapes. Really good for like early development on like, recognizing that these two are the same and nothing else is the same. They mix it up a little bit with this like spotlight thing where all objects are moving, different difficulty stuff and all that. It is really impressive for somebody's first game. And I found myself oddly addicted to it, even though, at a very low level, this is, where I'm matching shapes. This isn't some fancy, RPG. But I love this thing, and I think it's really aesthetically nice. And for a first game, I'm super impressed. And all the reviews are positive, but there are only 4, so I want more people to know about it. So get out there.
I was gonna play this game with my son while we were both sick, but then he got to feeling better, and I was still sick, and he didn't want to sit down with his sick dad.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to play it together because he always wants to play games.
He'll love this. I think he'll eat this up. I'm excited to play this with one of my daughter's littles, whichever one is most interested. I'll do it, and we'll report back. But Find My Buddy, hell of a start for a career. I think this is really fun and just has good fundamentals, polish, and it's clean and sounds good, looks good, and it's only $6. So support a fellow listener and his awesome son by grabbing this game. $5.59 is all. No brainer. He's got a little name for his development team, or for his developing company. It's called Stoic Quest. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love that kind of thing. So congratulations and well done. That is Find My Buddy. That's also on Steam. Cozy Caravan, I think, is on consoles, and I'm not sure about Marble Madness. I think that, or Marbles, that might be just on Steam as well. And I also fired up, but didn't get a chance to play too much more than about a half an hour of this. But somebody had, I can't remember if it was somebody in our chat or in Discord or something, had recommended this game called OddCore, which was like a kind of boomer shooter, but like once again, another roguelike of thousands or millions or whatever. But this thing is getting some crazy chatter, and I finally decided to check it out. Really good reviews, 95% on Steam. It is currently $10 is all. Although if you already have, I got it part of a bundle, so it was 8 something because I already owned whatever it was bundled with. Always look for those bundles, by the way. They're way better deals. It is a weird game. The game is basically the aesthetic of what was that one we played that? Oh, I forgot the name of it. Just crusty and weird looking. Anyway, it's a dirty, crusty 90s vibe. It's a first-person shooter. It is 3D. Controller and keyboard controls work really well. Your goal is to collect all the bits and pieces that help you have better runs, and then you go try again, and you spend money between runs to improve yourself. The levels, from what I can tell, are like super procedurally generated, and it's really good. It's a whole lot of fun and weird as hell. I feel like I need to get stoned to play this. And there's a ton of weapons, and I've only unlocked 2 in that short time I played it, but there are a ton of those. So it seems like build diversity and these weird arcade games in between and all this stuff. It just seems like there's some really neat stuff going on here. So I'll have more to say next week when I've really given it a real play. But this seems like one to watch. It's called OddCore, and seems to be a bit of an early, a bit of a hit for whoever did this. So anyway, go check it out. That's it for me. John, did you what'd you get up to?
Well, first of all, I want to give an apology. I talked about the Seance of Blake Manor last week, and I forgot to credit who gifted me that game because it had been being talked about in our Discord, and I thought maybe I should try it. And it was one of those cases where I went there, and I went, oh, I already got this game, and it's because it was gifted to me by a listener, Boom's Crash. So, I apologize for talking about the game without giving you a shout out. So, wanted to make right by that, but I didn't play it this week. But making right for last week. So last week I mentioned that I was trying this game, Trails in the Sky First Chapter, and this week I tried to get into it. It is, and to a degree, I found, I think, what a lot of people like about it. It looks very good. It's a very pretty game. It does an interesting thing with its combat system, which is that it is both kind of one of those games, where you run around the kind of the world and you can kind of hit enemies while they're out in the field, and you can kind of beat up on them and mash buttons and stuff like that. It's got an element of that, but then you can also press a button and go into turn-based mode. And the game kind of incentivizes doing both. It's not really a case of there being 2 separate modes that you can pick, but that they both kind of have their own place. So like maybe you knock out easier to kill enemies or enemies that you don't want to mess with while dodging and fighting in the field, and then bigger fights you do a more tactical turn-based battle. And that stuff was pretty fun. I found myself wanting to just get in more combat and do more fighting, which is usually the sign of a pretty decent combat system. But where I think, and the way they craft the world and the idea behind it, so the idea is that you play this brother and sister who are not a brother and sister, which is probably important because for some reason, despite the fact that they're brother and sister, the game is making it very clear that maybe they have feelings for each other. So we need to really make sure, and I even for that, I don't think they hit on this point enough. They are not brother and sister, despite the fact that they call the same guy dad. Anyway, it gets into some anime stuff that I'm just like, boy, we're spending a lot of time with this, which is why I'm spending a lot of time with this, because they felt the need to do so as well. But the idea is that they are trying to become these things called bracers, which in the world is sort of like, kind of like your mercenary guild sort of thing. They take jobs for people. They can be little things, find this. They can be big things, go kill this monster that's causing problems. That's what they are training to do and what they're trying to do. And so the game is very structured around that, where it's like, okay, hey, here's the story mission, but here's a couple other assignments that you can go take on as part of your bracer training, and now go out into the world and you've got fun little tasks you can complete and come back and turn in for gear and loot and all of that. And it's a very fulfilling kind of play cycle to do of like, oh, I got a little mission. It reminded me of the D&D campaign we did where Kyle DM'd, where it's like, oh, you're part of the Heroes Guild. Here's your tasks. Go do your tasks. And that was a lot of fun. So I liked that. But again, this is definitely, I haven't watched anime in a long time. This made me realize it. Like I've apparently taken a big long anime break. And I feel like maybe the anime callus that I had developed in my youth has maybe lessened, because this hit some anime tropes that just kind of ground on me in a big way, where I was just like, oh, I kind of want to be immersed in this fantasy world, but all we're talking about is you're never going to get a boyfriend if you do that. I just like the priorities are different. I'm in my 40s now. I'm not so worried about, oh, we have a test today and oh my, you're never going to find a girlfriend. You keep acting like that. These just aren't things I worry about that much. So, that stuff was kind of pushing against me. The story is very kind of slow to build up. And it's funny because I made fun of the title. And part of why I made fun of the title is because this was one of those games where they put out a demo of it, and the demo would save your progress for if you ended up buying the game. And I thought the demo was why they called it First Chapter. So I thought the game was called Trails in the Sky, and then the demo was called First Chapter, because that makes sense, right? Oh, here's your first chapter of the game, and then you carry on that progress. That's the name of the whole game, because my understanding is this game ends on a great big to be continued. And I'm not liking it enough to be like, yeah, let me get invested in this game that's going to have a great big to be continued. And so I just found myself every time I got to a stopping point, I'd go turn in all my assignments. And I was like, yeah, good job. I had fun and I had a good time playing it. Then I was like, I don't want to keep going. I'm kind of done. I'm going to stop for a while. But then I'd get the itch to play it again because, again, the world's very beautiful. The characters were growing on me, although we're still dealing with some anime. I feel like there's a character in there called Charizard. And
really?
It's close.
You got a Pikachu as well, or what's going on in there?
So I... dealing with these young kids, this brother and sister that aren't brother and sister... dealing with their shenanigans, I was like, well, she's grating on me. She's a bit much. She kind of comes across like a bully, and I don't love her. And he's kind of aloof he got a little interesting because all of a sudden he went from being like the level-headed, reasonable one to like, you do a mission where you're like, oh, these little monsters were just hungry. Let's send them on their way. And he's like, I would have killed every single one of them. And it's like, Jesus, where did this come from? So Jesus. Every now and then there's a little bit of edge that will slip into the game where I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is why people really responded well to this game. But I just wasn't digging the two main characters. But then I met Charizard. And for some reason, Charizard really resonated with me. Could have been a lot of things. But I was like, well, we need some new party members on this team. And we didn't get any. And I just was like, oh, man, I guess we're sticking with these kids. All right, here we go. And then I closed it at one point, and instead of reopening it, I started playing Final Fantasy VII Remake again.
I saw this on Twitch or on Steam, and I went, what's he doing in there?
Yeah, what was I doing in there? I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe it was the slow start, and I was like, I need to see an RPG that starts quick. Because let me tell you, Final Fantasy VII Remake... in media res is all get out. That shit starts right in the middle. That throws you into the deep end right away. What an opening to Final Fantasy VII, going and blowing up a Mako reactor. What a hell of a start. No snooze fest here. And you know, there's definitely a Twilight quality to Final Fantasy VII. You do get the, well, are you Team Aerith or Team Tifa? It's there, but it's not the only thing that people are worrying about. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot. It's in the subtext. It's not the text. And I don't know. It's just, I think my brain just transitioned from this and was like, I need to latch onto the thing I like. And here's the thing. I feel like I'm kind of harping on Trails in the Sky, first chapter. I'm not trying to. I think if you have an anime callus and you don't, that stuff doesn't bother you, and you hear me talk about it and you're like, all right, enough, old man. I get it. I think there is stuff to like there, But I think the problem with my coming to it is like their combat system would seem revolutionary if the two RPGs that I played prior to it weren't Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Two games that extremely successfully found a way to make action out of a turn-based combat system. And so then going to another one that's like, it's a little bit action and a little bit turn-based. The problem is that it's fun, it's passable, but it doesn't feel like reinventing the wheel. If you're playing the action version of it, everything seems to take way too long. And if you're playing the tactical version of it, you end up taking so much damage that you're like, was I punished for doing this tactically? Because I wouldn't have taken any damage if I had just fought normally.
Sure.
It just would have taken way more time. And so I think there was a lot of comparisons that were getting drawn unfairly but unavoidably, and I just was like, what if I went back and played Final Fantasy VII Remake? And originally my intent was just to play through the intro and just be like, yeah, but I've been playing it nonstop. Final Fantasy VII Remake is so good. And now I just bumped into Aerith again. I'm on chapter 8 of it.
Oh my god, you're about to do another playthrough like I did.
I know.
Because when I was done Rebirth, I wanted more, and I just went back and played that. And then I finished the hard mode. I did it in hard mode.
Yeah, and that game came out in 2025, right, Beau? That's a 2025 game. Yeah.
No, that's Rebirth. We're talking about Remake, right?
Or you playing Remake or Rebirth?
Yeah, Remake is what I'm playing.
Oh, I missed.
I started
that came
all the
out in
way
2022.
I assumed you. I don't know. My head just.
Man,
went
we're going to
early.
hear news about that game soon. This year.
Yeah,
Third one?
Yeah, I think it's going to be this year we find out about the third one for sure.
Seems like be a good time for it.
It's just paced so well. You know, and like we've talked about it to death, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, but man, the pacing on that game is so good. And I've always said, like, I'm not built for reactionary content. The first time I experience something, I'm usually very like, huh. You know, people were like, John, how did you beat Final Fantasy X and not get emotional about it? I was like, I don't know. I watched it and I didn't care. Odds are if I go back and play Final Fantasy X again, I might be a crying mess. For some reason, my second reaction to things is infinitely more interesting than my first reaction.
Do you
to
do that with
something.
movies and stuff, or just games? Interesting.
Usually the first time I watch a movie doesn't faze me at all. I just rewatched The Green Mile recently.
Oh, that one will get you.
The first time I watched The Green Mile, I was like, that was a sad movie.
Yeah.
That was really sad and disturbing at times.
Yeah.
The second time, I tried to tell my wife about a scene from the movie, and I started ugly sobbing trying to describe the scene to her.
Yeah. I can see that.
For whatever reason, I need a resting period to think and reflect on it before it gets me. And that same thing is happening going through Remake right now, where I was just like, I got to the part in the game where you go into Jesse's house, you sneak in to try and get the key. And like, I just went in, and like the first time I was just focused on her dad, right? Because he's just laying in bed on like some sort of life support because there was a Mako incident. And that's where all my focus was, which makes sense because like that's the thing in the room that stands out. Second time I play through the game, I'm looking at the walls and I'm seeing all the portraits they put up of Jessie, of her as a little kid being held by her parents, and her up on the stage and how much they cared about this little girl. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry just staring at a wall in this Final Fantasy game. This is so freaking heartbreaking.
That's funny.
And I just, you get a lot out of it on the revisit. And so that, all that stuff is just hitting for me. And I think one of the biggest strengths, although it can also be a bit of a weakness of the Remake series in general, is that the combat system gives the more you put into it. So if you put the game on easy and you just press X to continue as Cloud, and you're just like, well, I'll just spam the attack button, you can do that. You're not going to think the game is that fun, probably, because you're just hitting X and like the spectacle's nice. But if you actually switch to the characters and like, you know, if Barrett joins your team and you switch to him and you go, I'm going to play this game as if Barrett is the main character for a little bit and really learn how to play him as a character, like as if he was the main protagonist. And then you do that whenever anybody joins the team, and then you start swapping between the characters and utilizing the combat system to its full. It is an extremely fun, satisfying combat system. But you have to, it's weird because you have to put in the effort to get more out of it. And I can't think of many other games that are like that, where it's like, oh, this is deep and complicated, but you have to try to make it deep and complicated to get it to do that for you. And it's been very fulfilling to play the game on a higher difficulty and actually playing the game properly, which is something that I didn't do until I played Rebirth. So going back and re-experiencing that for Remake, I was like, oh my gosh, there's strategy you have to use in these fights. You don't just hit it with your sword. Crazy.
Yeah. Wild, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Now you're making me want to play it. I have it, and I just didn't even launch it last year. So
It is, for me, might not be for you.
Well,
but
again, I keep
for
thinking
me,
you're talking about the newer one. You're talking about Remake again, and I should go back. Yeah, I played Remake.
This is video game comfort food, man. You just get in there and enjoy it. It's chill. I really like it.
I'm tempted to get back in there. All right. Well, that's awesome. Beau is your name.
Hi.
Yakuza
Hello.
Kiwami 2, finished, done, dusted.
Yeah.
We never have to look at that again, do we? Or do you?
Well, I mean, I had a good time playing it, so I was a little bit sad, and I wanted to go on to a third one. I don't know if you can hear the cat. He's singing in the
Yeah, I hear him.
I wanted to like get right into like 3, but I have to wait for the release of Kiwami. So, but I really enjoyed 2. Had a nice ending, and it wasn't. I don't know. I'm just. I thought maybe things were going to go bad for Kiryu, and they're not that bad. Good guys sort of won at the end of the day, and I learned a lot about the Jingon Mafia and the sort of the background. It was good. It's a good time. I finally beat the toilets mini game. That was kind of tough. So now I'm a S tier pisser.
Nice.
And I don't know what more I want to say other than I really had a great time with the game. I 100%ed most of the mini games except for obviously I didn't do shogi or mahjong because
No, you're not a crazy person.
No.
I just don't want to bother learning those games when I want to move on to other things. Like the game's done, so
Sure.
But you kind of max out pretty much everything, and I had my fun with it. It was time to end, so I ended, and I had a great time with it.
Looking forward to 3, though, yeah?
Looking forward to 3. The other thing is, I am going to talk a little bit, guys, about my hemorrhoid because it's impacting my gaming life. Right?
I knew it was going to come back up. That's totally fine, though. Go ahead.
Only because, like, I don't want to sit on my butt for extended periods. Dr. Tolbert, was kind enough to reach out after the show a little bit, and
he's the frog pants physician, always on call for the host.
Provide some reassurance. He didn't actually give me any like medical advice, but it was like
he's the best.
It came out of it like truck drivers often get this, and like the lifestyle of a gamer, especially one who's like, I got to make sure I game something before the show. It's a pleasure to do it, but like it's part of what we do here. Mm-hmm. It's like impeding my ability, even though things are okay now. I still have like a growth that I want to shrink, so I don't want to be sitting for 12 hours and aggravating it. Like I'm trying to game off my butt. All that to say, my Nintendo Switch has a newfound place in my life.
Yeah, dude.
Because I don't really have a sofa to lie down on. We have one, but it's like my mom uses it, and so I have to lie in bed to lie down instead of sitting. Like I just realized I sit on my like anus like a ton in the day, right? Mm-hmm. And whether I'm at work, whether I'm in my office chair or in my gaming chair behind me, it's all pelvic floor pressure. So I'm like, I need to switch it up a little bit, and just not do that kind of sitting all day. And I'm like, well, the Switch is perfect for it. I put the Steam Deck in my cart, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. It is, several hundreds of dollars I wasn't planning to spend right now. So that's why I'm like, if I was a little more flush with cash at the moment, it'd be a no-brainer. I just buy it. So the thing is about finishing Kiwami, I'm like, I need games off my butt. So I picked up my Switch and started exploring. Let me tell you, it's made me really sad because I have a whole library of games I haven't gotten to that would be perfect on the Steam Deck. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't access them, and I'm staring at the Switch store, and I also don't want to spend $80 on a game. I don't know if I'm you know what I mean? Like I'm just like I have no library on there. So what I settled on buying was I bought the Final Fantasy 1 remaster.
Nice.
Because I'm like, I don't know how long I'll be playing it. It was $10.
Nice.
It's a nostalgia thing. John did it. I'm like, let me plow through it. It'll probably be quick because you can like boost up the experience.
It's true. Yeah.
And so I played Final Fantasy 1 this week the whole way through from beginning to end.
How was it?
And it was okay time. I mean, it's a bit grindy and a little uninteresting for its age, like for this day and age of RPG, but I was, recovering. I still, all right, it's gonna be a little gross. I've been like bleeding like a stuck pig. Like it's finally done, but like there's been like I go an hour or two and then like my butt is wet and it's obviously there's blood in there and I gotta clean it. Like my life sucks, you know what I mean? And I don't want to sit on it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a nice, easy game. It's not like demanding in a big way, but it's interesting enough that it's taking my mind off of it, and is entertaining. So yeah. Anyways, and all that's sort of resolving. I don't know what habits I'm going to go back to. I've been really depressed actually because I don't want to sit on my computer. I don't want to do all the normal things I do because of it. So, well, Final Fantasy 1, it was interesting. I never really finished the original, so it was nice to actually finish it. That game's Final Fantasy 1's legendary in my house because I owned it on the NES. I was like in my early 10s, right?
Yeah.
And I know there was no speeding up the XP, so I got really far in that game, but it was like the product of months of work. And there was only one save file on that game, and my sister, who was like 8 or something, she like wanted to, she knew like don't play this game. It's got one save file, but she was so curious and wanted to be cool like her older brother. She popped in Final Fantasy and ended up overwriting my save. And when I found out, it's about the hardest I've ever let into her. Like to this day, I feel bad with how like aggro I was because my many months travail of trying to finish Final Fantasy 1 was wiped out with my sister on the one save file. And
dang.
My mom had to sit. It was one of those, my mom had to sit me down and like, because I was through the ceiling. Like, I see, and the game was hard, right? Like, it wasn't by virtue of it being grindy and like, us new to RPG mechanics. Only once the real fault is with Square Enix only putting one save file on that damn cart. But yeah. Anyway, so it's nice to actually like finish it, even though it was kind of a nothing burger, like it's like
it's a real
Garland. Go 2,000 years back. Okay, it's just a level and kill Garland. Oh, it's over. But it's nice.
Yeah.
Short.
It's bonkers. It's bonkers. Like the crazy thing about Final Fantasy is you go back to the first one and you're like, I wonder if they start really simple. And like by the end, it's like it's a time loop, and you're like, nope, it was bonkers right from the jump. It was bonkers.
Yeah. It was bonkers, but it was not very complex storytelling either.
No,
and not very obvious. Like I had to definitely look up like, where do I go next? And it's like, oh, you got to talk to some weird NPC that has no connective tissue to the story, no hint. You just had to know, the game wanted you to wander around and figure it out, but also do encounters. Which, oh my god. Having it at a button click, like you can turn encounters on and off. When you get through a dungeon, you're like, I clearly forgot 2 chests. Like, do I want to go back and suffer through 5,000 random encounters to get those 2 chests? Trying to figure out where the hole in the wall is and stuff?
Probably not.
Just being able to turn off encounters, it's like, oh, I can freely move around the dungeon and just, because also you're like over leveled because I definitely put the XP boost on because I'm not trying to play the game for 100 hours.
Well, auto battle is so nice too. I love auto battle.
Sure. The auto battle was pretty nice, but 1 is easy enough that,
Yeah.
It's a cakewalk no matter how you play it. Just attack. I barely use magic. So then I got done with 1 and I was like, oh shit, I finished it too fast.
Oops.
So I bought Final Fantasy IV Remaster.
Yeah, baby.
I skipped the ones that I didn't play. I was like going for the nostalgia thing. So I'm like, let's play 4. And I also played and finished it this week.
Nice.
Now, Now, let me tell you, and it took like 16 hours. Like again, it's not long with the XP boost.
Yeah.
Because you're not. Most of that game is like, oh, let me grind a bit so I can take on the challenges. It's like, no, I'm just gonna level up.
Right.
That game goes harder than any modern Final Fantasy. That opening, especially given this week and the parallels of like so this is the story. You're coming back from being in a city full of like helpless wizards, and your king told you to get the crystal. So you're like, I'm going to take the crystal. And they're like, no, we won't let you. And you're like, how about you die? And you just kill like 3 innocent people for the king. And then you take the crystal, and then your red barons are like, are you sure our boss really was happy about doing it? You're like, shut up. And then you get to the castle, and then you question the king, like, why do we really have to kill innocent people? And he's like, you're questioning me? You're demoted. Take this bomb ring to Mist, and do your job. And then Golbez takes your place, and then you go to Mist, and it's like you don't even question what a bomb ring is. You just kill everybody. It just goes off. Everybody dies, except the little girl, Radia, and then Kane's like, we need to do a double tap. Like, let's kill the girl too. And that's when your character's finally like, wait, what the hell am I doing? Like, you do all this evil shit that has like parallels to what's been going on this week. I got really engrossed in it because of that. I was like, oh my God, and then, but it's basically people saying spoilers. That's the first 30 minutes of the game, dude. That's the premise. It's not even spoiler. It's literally the first 30 minutes you're an ICE agent. And then you decide to defect. It goes so hard, dude. And I'm like, and the number of characters that die is way more than any other Final Fantasy. I forgot.
Yeah, that one famously is like
there's like 2 kids and you're getting Star Wars trapped with the walls coming in, and the 2 kids are like, let's turn ourselves into stone and die forever. You're like, what is the kids? They're like 15 or something. They just die. And I'm like, it's because I think they hadn't invented like when you could switch party members to the active party. There's none of that. So every time they wanted somebody to remove someone from the party to make room narratively, they generally kill them or put them in the hospital instead of just being like they're no longer with you. Like there had to be a reason. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. So I played it all the way through the end. Of course, it becomes less allegorical as the game goes on, and it's just moon people. If you want spoilers, it's moon.
You go to the moon on a whale.
Yeah,
Space whale.
We're not putting the Baron up for this shit. This is too old.
No. This is like a 1,000-year-old game, and also confirming with one sentence. But the world that this game takes place on, it's Earth.
Yeah,
someone's like
Earth, like
and there's Mars and Jupiter, and when you go to space, there's like at the end there's like a scene you see Mercury and Venus, and then Earth rolling around. Final Fantasy IV is Earth. The land masses don't look right, but it's Earth. It's confirmed as Earth by the Lunarians, and I was like, oh, that's interesting little tidbit on that one. So yeah.
That's cool. Are you going to move on right to 5, 6, whatever? Keep going?
I don't know. So here's the thing. There's lots of games I'm interested in, but I have this library of games on Steam, and I'm at the point I'm like, do I want it? Like Dragon Quest was interesting, the remakes.
Steam Deck.
And I want to buy the bundle, so I'm like, oh, it's $133, and I'm like, how much Switch playing am I going to play before I feel like an idiot and not just buy the Steam Deck? Like I'm only $20 in right now, 25 maybe or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So I'm like, like Dave the Diver's on there. I've got that in my library. I can't buy it again, but it's probably a perfect Switch game.
Yeah, it's very good on
So
there.
I'm like, so I'm just, and I got to play it while the hemorrhoid's hot.
Yeah. Hot hemorrhoid. Yeah.
If it if it drains and I don't have it anymore, I'll probably be back to my computer and my normal habits. But just with maybe less time or more consideration for getting up. So is it going to collect dust? Am I going to buy it for a month and have it collect dust? I don't know. But Steam Deck is the way. I need what I'm saying is I need encouragement on what to do.
I think the answer is easy.
I think you've got 2 great answers. Steam Deck is a great answer.
Yeah.
And if you're going to continue your Final Fantasy journey, I'm assuming if you're on a nostalgia run, 6 is the next one you play.
Yeah.
Which is like the best one.
So good.
One of the best ones is real good. So I feel like you win no matter which of those you choose. And honestly, you could even choose both of them.
Yeah.
Can you mod games on Switch? Like, the Final Fantasy VII mods?
I think so. You have to do, well, I actually haven't tried this, but my understanding is there is some modding on there, and some of it you just have to do through
Probably
the
Steam
desktop.
Workshop works, but if it's maybe outside of
Yeah,
that,
if it's outside of that, you just have to do the Linux stuff on the desktop version of it, which you can just log into real easy. It's not hard. I think it's just how much do you want to do with that sort of thing.
Chat saying nope, you cannot, not without extensive hacking. Yeah, because I think a lot of the mods might be like if they're not Steam Workshop, they might like run on Windows and not on Linux or whatever.
Oh, that's a fair point. I haven't looked into it that much. I assumed you could do some of because there are some Linux games that have modding on Linux systems.
Yeah,
those games
maybe
probably
he means
fine.
The Switch. He just said you need a jailbroken Switch. I'm not talking about Switch. I'm talking about Steam Deck.
Yeah, Steam Deck.
Okay, he says you can mod the hell out of the game live. Okay, great. So
there you go.
I do want to do a Final Fantasy VII original playthrough, but like I have a super modded version.
Should be able to. Yeah.
So, anyways,
yeah, I want to do that too. Actually,
well, it's in my cart, guys, but I just haven't pushed. It is like on the even the lower tier one. I want to get an OLED display. It's like $700.
They don't even sell the non OLEDs anymore. They're done.
Oh, I think they have the bottom tier. At least in Canada,
they
do.
Oh,
the baby tier is an LCD screen.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought they got. I thought I read they got rid of it.
But like, out of stock.
That's I think that was the deal. They were going to sell through.
The only difference between the other OLED tiers is just the hard drive space.
Yeah, and they were not those prices for the OLEDs are not higher than they were for the LEDs. That's the same price. So the equivalent to each is the same price as they were before the OLED upgrade.
And can you plug in a storage card?
Like SD card.
Yeah.
Yep, goes right at the bottom there.
I mean, 512 seems like it's probably enough, right?
512 is probably enough, and you could put another high-speed 512 or a gig card in there they're going up a little bit, but you can get one of those, put them in there, and then you've got all.
I mean, I don't need to have a ton of games installed all at once, and it's probably going to be mostly indie games. But like Yakuza, I could totally play it on a Steam Deck. That's what I'm thinking.
The Yakuza games are great on there. They run silky smooth, very well optimized for it.
I might buy it on the show then. Just give me a second.
Yeah, I love when we do this. It's usually John get me to buy something dumb, but
well, I mean, I've been thinking about it it's like a week.
I don't actually mean it the way that sounded. John's making me buy dumb shit, but usually I agree with it.
Dumb again.
But I'm gonna Beau in solidarity. I'm going to buy this $10 game I had my eye on called Dice and Goblins.
Basically the same thing.
It's the same equivalent deal. Yep.
Beau buying a Steam Deck, you buying a $10 game.
That's right. We're really in the same
in solidarity.
Yeah, it's clear that we're on this. We're breathing the same air. I'm going to just grab this real quick. Dice and Goblins. It's called. I don't know why we're doing this now.
Dice and Goblins?
Dice and Goblins game. I'm going to... hold on. Okay, that was loud. I'm going to play, or I'm going to download this, or I'm going to add it to cart now, and I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger. Because previous to you making this big decision, I was going, do I need to spend another $10 on this game I don't really know yet? And blah, blah, blah. I was going through all this stuff in my head. But you know what? I'm doing it because I believe in Beau. That's why this is happening. Done.
Okay.
There you go, Gabe. Buy another yacht.
Oh.
Buy another yacht company, Gabe Newell. Renewal your efforts to get more yachts. I mean,
you can also still combine it. You can still get the Pixel Remaster of Final Fantasy VI on the Steam Deck.
That's true.
That's true.
They're great on there.
The Steam Deck.
Yeah, very good on there.
That's what I mean. Like, the only reason why I started it was just because of the price of them. Like, I was eyeballing Unicorn Overlord, but I'm just like, I just don't want to spend.
I wish that game was on Steam.
Yeah, me too. I want to play it so bad, but it's just not where I want to play it.
Yeah, I'd rather it be where I want it, but I do have it.
I just worry about not using it later because the Switch is even outdated. Like, it almost feels like I'm like investing in a Switch 2. You know what I mean? I just don't have the money to buy every thing, and so
there was rumors of Switch 2 going up in price. Does anyone know if that happened? Did it make the jump yet?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay, I was just curious. Oh, interesting. The GameCube version of Fire Emblem just hit the Switch shop. I'm gonna have to check that out. I like that one. I like them all. All right.
It's ordered.
There you go.
It's online.
Woo! Canadian, what's it called? Steam Deck on its way to Beau. I'm sure it'll just go, how's it going, and you just push a button and you're in. You played a little Yakuza Pirates. Did you talk about that? Or I don't know if we got to that.
I just played a little bit. Like after I was done with Yakuza 2, I played the Pirate Yakuza, but I just really wanted to stop sitting down. I had to get off my butt, like, because I play it, and that was the major issue.
Sure. No, I think that's great.
Yeah. So I'd like to still keep playing, but like right now, I'd like it to heal, and sitting.
You can play it on there. Yeah,
it's not a great way to go about doing it, especially if I have to sit for work and stuff like that. So
plays really well on there. So you're going to be happy to get your pirate to Yakuza on.
I can lie down on my side and like feel like I'm still playing like my main library, right? Like that's like I feel like I'm compromising, or I'm just stuck on one game. Like probably I can play games a little bit more like you guys. Like I've got like 11 games I could just boot up.
Yeah,
Mobazoo and Green Hell and Flip Up and No Way Home and Overload and Routine. Like, all these games that I'll probably just like, let me fire that up and.
You know what's surprisingly really awesome on Steam Deck? Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, that's true. Remake's real good on there. I haven't tried Rebirth. I assume it's okay.
Oh yeah, like I eyeballed even Final Fantasy VII, only playable on Switch too. I was like, you know what I mean? It's like that dynamic on the Switch as well. I actually kind of was enjoying playing with the Switch though. It is a nice little.
No, it's fine. I mean, 2017 was a while ago now, but obviously, it cannot be denied the impact that had.
It was funny. I even had lag playing those Final Fantasy remasters though. Like if I put too much, if I press too much menu items, it would go like, and like kind of stutter. And I was like,
really shouldn't. They should have been more optimized. But
I rebooted my Switch to play that 30-year-old game better, and I'm like, I think this is a Switch problem. This is not a software issue.
My kids are all playing Animal Crossing again because of the new content. They're all into it again. I can't bring myself to do it.
I'm afraid to play Animal Crossing. I've said every time I've played it, like major life-changing things occur every time I play.
Yeah,
Animal
you've got
Crossing.
a haunting around yours for sure.
Yeah, and they just put it out, and I've got my Switch too, and I'm like, maybe I should get back into Animal Crossing, but then I was like, am I inviting disaster if I do?
I know.
I just read you my Final Fantasy 14 prediction for the year on the show, the John show.
Yeah.
Like, they said disaster is going to strike this year.
Yeah, this is the year. So don't play Animal... John, for all of our sakes, do not play Animal Crossing.
Okay.
It's already tenuous.
I will not. Yeah, I know. It could go real bad. We're in a position where it could really easily go very bad. So you know what? I'm not going to play. I will do the world a favor. I will not play it.
Just wait till after June, after we've all been together and had a great time, and then you can play it all you want after that.
Okay.
Let's get to some quick feedback here on the show. Let's see. How do we do that normally?
That's a good question.
Here is some feedback from Sam, who wrote into the talktothecore@gmail.com. I think he may have been a text, but either way, just go to frogpants.com/core or 10hams.com or any of these places to send us your messages. We'd love it. Here's what he says. I'm a few episodes behind, but I wanted to weigh in on the fishing game talk. I'm definitely a Scott-type gamer, easily distracted by the next shiny thing. Between a 2-year-old and other hobbies, my time is so limited that a 40-hour game can take me up to months to wrap up. I feel you. Lately, hearing a game is massive actually turns me off. Baldur's Gate 3 is a perfect example. I loved it, but between the depth and my own altitis, I barely made a dent before you guys started talking about Avowed. Now I'm playing that, and I'm wondering if I ever will actually go back to BG3. It makes me think of John's point about needing more single-A games. A tight 20-hour experience for $30 sounds way more appealing for an 80-hour than an 80-hour epic with endless replayability. Do you think devs will ever hurt their sales by making games too long, potentially alienating the time-limited gamers among us? Love the show. I mean, it's always the balance they're trying to find, and a lot of people thought mobile would be the balance because it's on the go and and I think that was not what it is. I think John's prediction about AAA taking a poop, which now seems to be everybody's opinion, but I still think you were a little early on this. But anyway, credit where it's due.
I think,
Thank you.
Yeah. What, Beau? Sorry.
I think the game bloat of like runtime sort of was seen as like maybe a competitive thing to justify like prices in a certain era of gaming, right? Like we do kind of do that where you're like, oh, what's this game? And oh, how many hours is it? And then you kind of measure that against its cost as like a factor. Depending on the type of game that it is. Right. So yeah, like you don't want to play an RPG that's like 5 hours, right? But so I think it's just there's different tastes. Like there's obviously trends at the AAA level, but like we see in the indie space, there can be longer games and shorter games. And I think I think if you play them regularly, you have ones that fit into different boxes for you. So if you're just not into the long games, I think that's good. And then if there aren't enough short games or long games for you, then you're kind of in an underserved market, and that's going to happen.
Yeah, which I think is the point, is that maybe this single A tight 20-hour experience thing he's talking about is not where it needs to be for a big section of player types.
Also an age and lifestyle thing. Some people just want to have their games not dominate their time, or they're very busy. So the shorter games, they get a good experience. They get to play it, Yeah. But if you're especially if you're a younger person and you feel like you have forever, and you're just like, oh man, I want to play this game 24 hours a day. That's what you do. But
well, thanks for the message. We appreciate it, Sam. And if you want to be like Sam, go to frogpants.com/core and find all the ways to send us your messages. A reminder that we are supported by you in a couple of ways. You can go to patreon.com/core show. Lots of reasons to do that. Or core.show, which is a Substack. Either way, you're going to get a bunch of content you wouldn't get otherwise. You'll get no ads, regardless of which way you go. And you'll get pre-show content every week, host specials. Oh, good news. Tomorrow, Friday, I forgot to mention this. On the feed, we'll land an interview I did with Warren Davis. If that name sounds familiar, he was the creator and programmer of the original Qbert. Qbert was his in the arcade. So some retro love there, but also I didn't know this, and we talked about this a ton on the interview. He's the dude that came up with the technology and the sort of the environment for the developers to work with to make the original Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam, all those games. They used like the motion capture. They'd film those guys doing the kicks and everything. All that tech, he invented all that and maintained it through all of those games. He didn't actually make NBA Jam. He's not one of the designers of that game, but the technology he developed is what they used to get those characters and those heads in everybody's faces.
Awesome.
It was a really cool discussion. And he has a book out that was forwarded by Ed Boon, and so there's a lot of connected tissue there with NetherRealm and all that. Anyway, it was a really cool discussion. That guy's awesome. It's been up for patrons and for Substackers since I recorded it, which I think was Tuesday, or maybe it was Tuesday. So they got it all early, but for the general public, if you haven't heard it yet, that'll be out tomorrow on all the feeds, YouTube, everywhere else. Just a big free go get
exciting.
It. Yeah, it was super fun.
It's exciting. Great benefit there. Yeah.
Yep. So Warren Davis, not to be confused with Warwick Davis, also not to be confused with the football player named Warren Davis. Anyway, he was really
all right.
nice.
Let's not confuse people.
Yeah, 10hams.com.
Core.
Also, I want to say, if you want to also support, I just got a Steam Deck, so the extra support would be great.
Yeah, sign up for Patreon or Substack today.
A big purchase, So
yeah, get in there. And if you're like, wait, which one's better?
For a month, just give us a little bump this month.
Sure.
Yeah,
if you're confused about, you're confused about which one's the better support option or the best path for you, go read about them at frogpants.com/core. It'll give you a better idea which is better for you. And some people like one over the other, and that's totally fine with us. We just love to have you over there. So go support us today, and let's get Beau his Steam Deck without too much pain. That's going to do it for us. Quick note, we'll be back next week, I believe, with a regular show. Yes. Funeral's Sunday.
I think so.
You guys are good. Tomorrow. Oh, you're getting your...
It's just a follow-up, nothing crazy. No emergency this time.
Everything
around.
Go okay? You're all healing up and everything?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And remember they had a gap that I was worried about?
Yeah.
It's all filled in now.
Oh, good.
It's crazy how much gums just like grow like fungus in your face. Like I'm like, oh.
No, gums are gross.
Like there's no more. You remember that diagram I drew you in paint in the pre-show?
Yeah.
Like,
never forget.
It's all filled out. Like I'm like, I don't know. It just changed. It's funny too. I was so distracted by my hemorrhoid, I stopped worrying about my gum issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on with my gum? I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it grew back. So just
I had a
the body heals.
I had a shoulder problem once, and then I hit my knee really hard, and then my shoulder stopped hurting. So I think there's something like that where your body just goes,
Yes.
shift your attention to this. You know?
It's actually kind of nice to have like a mild medical problem because you're like having anxiety. You're like, is my back problem like cancer? And it's like you're kind of making a mountain out of a molehill if you have like health anxiety, right?
Yeah, you got to.
Then if something actually happens and you could all that shit you don't think about for like 2 months, and you're like, wait, wasn't I worried about something ridiculous? But now I didn't, and I was fine for 2 months.
Now you're clean.
Okay.
Now you're in the clear. Well, let's hand the mic over to Dear Martha. We're going to do a Dear Martha outro here, and remind us in this letter home the games we played this week. Take it away. Oh, there's music. Hold on. Shut
I was going to say, I don't go till the music goes
Yeah, I'm
on.
an idiot. Hold on. We're going to kill that. Here we go.
My dearest Martha, I understand that with all this talk of hemorrhoids, you might have tuned out a little bit and missed maybe some of the games we talked about on this show.
Yeah.
And now you're thinking, what if I get a hemorrhoid and I want to play quality video games? What will I play? What did they talk about on the show? Cozy Caravan, that was one of them. Marbles. Believe it or not, that's a game. You can play it today.
Yeah.
Find My Buddy. It's not a suggestion, it's a game.
Yeah.
OddCore.
Yeah.
That's also a game. Another game that got talked about was Trails in the Sky, first chapter. It's a game, not a demo. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Do I even need to say that's a game? Yakuza Kiwami 2. The second Kiwami. Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 4, the Pixel Remaster.
Yeah.
Available on the Nintendo Switch and other platforms. And Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, sometimes referred to as Yakuza Pirates, was also discussed. Yours in this life and the next, Hemorrhoid Man 3010.
Hemorrhoid Man 3010. That's also known as 3010. That's a weird number. Anyway, hey, we did it.
Hey, that's what happens if I have to pick a number randomly out of nowhere. You
That's
get
right.
3010.
That's what you get. See, Dr. Tolbert has entered the chat. Dr. Tolbert, listen back to the show. We have some questions for the good doctor. That's going to do it for us. Big thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll be back next week with more. Until then, please play some fun video games and try to ignore the world being dumb. But also do your part. I don't know what I'm saying. See you next time.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
But just take a look at this.
Take a look at it.
That's what Beau's doctor appointment about his hemorrhoid. That's how it started.